Start recording. And I have the correct stream key. We're not going to be on the other channel. We are good. I just want to make sure I post that we are live once again. Because we are live right now.
All right. I'm going to tweet that we're live as well.
We are live. There we go.
Give us a second, guys.
Shout out to everybody on Twitter who's sharing all this stuff, man. Appreciate that.
I'm a bit rusty at this.
We are live.
All right.
We are live. All right. 1 second. All right, we're live now. That's fine.
All right.
Get the video up. We're ready to rock and roll here.
All right. Let me know when you're good.
We're good. Everything's good.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast. This is like our WrestleMania 40 preview show. Also recapping the CM Punk MMA Hour interview. I'm Nick, here as always with Perry. This is a WrestleMania weekend is here. It's in Philly, 30 minutes up the road from me. It's the crowd, the people are already flying in. I had a buddy flying out of the airport today, and he said he saw people with like Japanese flags and shit in the fucking airport, and just like a bunch of it. Like WrestleMania, if one thing it does every single year, no matter how good or how bad it is, always brings people from all around together for, and then you have your typical Philly assholes too that are just, going crazy. But yeah, no, a lot's been happening this week. I was always expecting to come on here to talk about WrestleMania 40. Was not expecting this CM Punk interview. This kind of came out of nowhere.
I heard about it, but then I forgot about it. And then I heard like later that day he was talking. I was like, oh crap, I totally forgot about that. I heard about it. It was awesome.
I heard about when Ariel Helwani. So we'll get the Punk stuff, and then we'll get into the WrestleMania predictions and some of the aftermath of CM Punk's interview. But
the aftermath. Yeah, the revenge. The Emperor Strikes Back.
But anyway, so CM Punk, Ariel Helwani announced last week that CM Punk was going to be on his show, the MMA Hour. If you're familiar with Ariel and CM Punk, they've done interviews countless times before. And this is their first time, I think, since the day the court case ended, or the weekend of the court case ended. It was the same weekend where he had his second UFC match, the court case with WWE. That was the last time he interviewed with Ariel Helwani. So it had been like 5 years.
CM Punk interviewed Ariel Helwani.
Or Ariel Helwani interviewed CM Punk. You know what I mean? Ariel Helwani interviewed CM Punk.
Whoa.
So it was the last time they were together was 5 years ago. So anyway, so this is the first time in a while. And it's the first time Punk has done an interview since the whole stuff with AEW. So anyway, we'll run down a bunch of stuff from the interview. I didn't know how much he was going to get into or how much he legally could get into. That was my big thing originally.
It was shocking.
But I mean, he said that he has certain things that there was only a few things where he said, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. But it was only a few things. But for the rest of the stuff, he was open book pretty much, and confirmed all of the reports that were online. Specifically all the reports from like Fightful. And in a way, this is all about, and he's pretty much said this, Sean Ross Sapp has said this from Fightful, is that CM Punk has a direct line to that guy 100%. And Sean Ross Sapp has said that much without saying it, but all of the stuff is getting fed to him from Punk. Anytime he says something on Punk, it's from Punk. So, he's pretty much said it without saying it. But anyway, so, they talk about, they go through a little recap about him coming. First, we'll get to the AEW stuff and then talk about him coming back to WWE. So the AEW stuff, he talks about All In at London at Wembley Stadium. He says there was nobody to pick me up at the airport. It was no big deal, but people online, like other dirt sheets, reported that he was pissed off or mad, and he wasn't mad. He was like, I just got on the tube, or the train is what they call. That's what they call the train in London. He's like, adventure. Like I'm just just fuck it. And the way it got out was there was fans on the fucking train, and they were like, "Oh shit, CM Punk's on the fucking on the train. What the fuck?" But he did say it was unprofessional for them to leave somebody stranded at the airport. That's what he did say. I would agree. About the Jack Perry stuff with the Crimea River at the line at the event. He said there's all these rumors about NDAs. There's a difference between not being allowed to talk about some shit or just not wanting to talk about some shit. I don't really want to litigate this again. So he started off saying, I don't want to talk about this, but he's giving it to Ariel Helwani because he says it multiple times in the interview that he thinks Ariel Helwani is a real journalist, and that's why he's giving it to him. He said all these guys that are on the internet, they can make a website and call themselves a fucking journalist because they have a following on Twitter. They're not journalists. Like, you actually went to fucking school. You actually went to school. So to be a journalist. So he then goes on to say that Tony's big idea for Collision was a separate show. We were going to separate everybody. And I said, that will never work. Just let me go. Just let me get out of here, was his exact quote to Tony Khan. And I said this from the beginning, even though I was happy that when you had asked me about what I think about CM Punk coming back to AEW, I said from the beginning, I was happy he was coming back. I don't know how this is going to work. It's like separating two kids in high school. Eventually, like even if they're in their same school, like if you move them from the same class, eventually something's going to happen, or a friend of theirs is going to say something. It was bound to blow up eventually, and it did sooner than I thought. But it still blew up. And Punk said that before, and he said, let me get out of there. Punk continued to talk about how he asked for Tony Khan for his release from All Out after All Out 2022. He said, these guys don't want me here. This isn't a real business. This isn't a business predicated on making money, drawing money, selling tickets. It's not what it's sold to me as, so let me go. Oh, I can't let you go. I'm going to do a new show, is how everything was presented to him. Because at the end of the day, Tony Khan, even though he's a fucking idiot at times, he knew he didn't want to let CM Punk go. He didn't want to let CM Punk go. He knew how much money he was going to make off CM Punk. He didn't want to let him go, even though CM Punk wanted to be let go. And then the second day we have this show, I'm sitting in catering, minding my own business. Tony Schiavone comes to me and gets me. He's like, hey, I really need your help. I was like, what? And he's like, Jack is cussing me out. He cussed me out Mike Manzuri. He cussing out Daryl from production. And he's cussing out the doctor. I was immediately like, the dude isn't supposed to be here. I was told people are getting separated, so there's no problems, and you don't want me involved in this. Punk continued to say he told Perry that several people told him he couldn't break a rental car window with a pipe, and if he wanted to do that, he could do it on Wednesday, not on this show. Punk said Perry seemed to have no problem with it at the time. It was very much who he is friends with, and things never got squashed. Nobody's in charge, and it turned into what it turned into. So, I mean, what do you have to up to this point, Perry? How are you feeling about the interview at this point? About what he's getting into with the Jack Perry stuff?
Well, I mean, they confirmed pretty much everything that we heard. Well,
yeah.
I mean, we heard stuff. But this stuff was over.
You never know.
We heard that there was a fight, and Tony Khan, a monitor fell on him and hit him in the head, and he started crying, and he got scared. Like, what? All this BS that we heard, none of that was true.
Now,
Samoa
moving
Joe
on.
grabbed CM Punk, said, "What are you doing here? Why don't you leave?" That never happened.
And then he said, after Perry said the line at All Out, Punk says he approached Tony Khan about it. He said, I went to Tony and was like, please handle that, please. And he was like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I'm not telling you what to do. Just be the boss. Excuse me. I'm burping. But he said, just be the boss, which Tony should have done because it's his company. On the altercation with Perry at All In, he said, I thought I was doing a responsible thing. I didn't punch anybody. I just choked somebody a little bit. That was the one play where I was like, that's a little serial killer shit. That's a little. He was like, I just choked somebody a little bit. I was like, all right, bro. Like, I get it.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this guy was taught by Harley Race, okay? These old school guys. And yes, he came. That behavior doesn't work in today's world, but he isn't a brand new wrestler. I mean, he's been around for 25 years.
And also he, I mean, he says it multiple times during the interview. He was like, not only about like, how he was trained and everything like that, like, from coming up in wrestling, from back the era he came up in, but also where he grew up. Like, he didn't grow up in the suburbs of Chicago. He was like, when I was growing up, if we had a problem with somebody, we fought. Like that's just what happened. You know, I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right, but I get if you're a product of that environment, that shit is instilled with you as you're, you know, like as you grow up. As you grow up now, I don't know if you should be choking random motherfuckers, but again, I understand. I get it.
Yeah, but here's the thing that, I see the internet and it's all these freaking AEW neckbeard guys, okay? And they're all like, ooh, he shouldn't have done that, right? It's like, guys, he was being disrespected by a young guy, okay? If that happens in wrestling, if the young guy disrespects the veteran's not gonna be like, oh well, I guess I got punked out. No, they're gonna come after you, bro. Like those are fighting words, my man. Look at Booker T and Batista. Batista said some shit. Booker T said, well, let's do this right now. And Booker T beat the fuck out of Batista backstage.
Now he said,
and Batista respected Booker T after that. Look at
Yeah.
JBL and Joey Styles. He was picking on Joey Styles. Joey Styles knocked him the fuck out. JBL left him alone.
Like, that's still funny.
I don't see people going after Joey Styles for that. Oh, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
He's a menace.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Now
JBL fucked with him. He knocked him out.
Now it says that Samoa. He also goes on to say Samoa Joe was there, told me to stop, and then I said right to Tony Khan.
Oh, you mean Joe didn't grab Punk and tell him to leave and throw him out of the building? And
no.
Was angry at him?
Which I never believed in the.
I never believed that either. No,
that's not Samoa. That's not how Samoa Joe.
Joe knows how Punk is. They're best friends, for God's sake.
Yes, and I turned to Tony Khan and said, "This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit."
Tony Clown, that's what we've been calling him.
Went to my room. Then Joe and Jerry Lynn came and got me and was like, "Let's just go out there and kill it."
You like that's my antlers?
So stupid. He said, "That's why I went back out there. I went back out there because I respect Joe and I respect Jerry Lynn." And he said that's why he went out there and did the match. So even after he said I'd quit. So when asked about Khan's comments about being afraid for his life, Punk responded, "I can't tell you what Tony felt or what he was thinking, but I never did anything to make him fear for his life, but he is who he is."
He is who he is.
I mean, that's just...
Let me tell you something. When he went on TV and said that he feared for his life, I was like, this guy is doing this because of legal stuff. He was afraid for his life that CM Punk was going to sue him.
Well, yeah, and we'll get.
He's kind of right. He was afraid of his life. But they did that on purpose. I fired him with cause, and I've never been afraid in my life in wrestling. And I've been to ECW shows. It's like, bro, shut up. You are trying to destroy this guy's career, and he mentions that. But we saw that.
Yeah, and there's also another point I'll bring up a little bit when we.
So Tony Khan's theory is, if I can't have him, nobody can.
Yeah. He said, "Guy
needs to stop hugging the wrestlers, man."
He said there was a concerted effort to, I guess, slander me and try to ruin my character, and that's kind of the genesis of all the drama. Like, don't do that. Why are you doing that to a guy who works for your company? Why are you lying? Why are you spreading lies and rumors and bullshit about your top guy?
Yeah.
When he asked what it's like working for Khan, Punk responded that it's a loaded question because I don't like the drama, but the truth is the truth. He's not a boss. He's a really nice guy, and I think ultimately that is a detriment to the company, but it's not my company. So then he goes on to talk about the Hangman Page promo, where he said that Hangman Page went off script. He said he thinks I got one of his friends who hasn't been fired. I went to Tony and the lawyer, and I said, you need to fix that, because if I do, you're not going to like the way I fix it. And I thought I was being professional by just not murdering him on television. With me, respect is the default. I respect everybody until you do something that makes me lose my respect for you. I had never done anything to any of those guys. If they are bashing, if they're basing how their attitude is towards me based on some bullshit, their friend told them, well, I can't help you there.
Again.
But I've got,
Bro, I'm telling you, and shout out to Jace is in the chat. Jace, what's going on, man? he wants
Going
to
on,
come
bro?
back on the show at some point, but I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah,
We got Hockey Fan here who's been with us from day one.
Hockey
Eli,
Fan, what's going on? All the OGs.
RWK88, and
What's
Jace,
what's
our
what's going on?
former panel member here on the show. Let me tell you something. Who is that guy in the new Blood Rising?
Oh,
Mike Sanders.
Yeah,
Remember that guy?
yeah.
What if that motherfucker was doing an interview with Ric Flair and he went off script? What would Ric Flair do to Mike Sanders?
Yeah.
Like, this is what I don't understand. These guys couldn't do it to legends like Ric Flair and Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan. But if these guys do it to CM Punk and Punk gets mad, oh, he's got an anger problem. He's got an attitude problem. It's like these are young guys disrespecting the veterans. This guy Punk went there to draw the company money to make these guys into bigger stars, to springboard them. He wasn't going to be there for 10 years. CM Punk was going to be there for a couple of years and then leave. But he was going to bring AEW up. He gets there and they're like, we don't want you here. It's like exactly what he said. Why did they even bring me in? Why am I here? And it's just for them to they basically used him as a punching bag. Look how great we are. We got rid of the horrible CM Punk. We're better stars than he is. Like, really? Like, you can't even draw people in a fucking building.
Yeah.
Edge wrestled in front of fucking like 300 people the other day on live TV.
Well, yeah, and also the problem there is that they're still trying to fill those same buildings, and it just makes it look like a second rate.
Once they lost CM Punk, that was it. People are done. Because if they see how they treat this guy, how are they going to treat other guys that want to come in? Which, by the way, now that WWE is on fire, nobody wants to fucking go to AEW.
Yeah.
It's all these Japanese guys. It's like, great, but I'm not into Japanese wrestling. I don't care who Okada is, which you pay $20 million to for one guy.
Which I understand why he went.
I understand why he went too. Great, get the money now.
Yeah,
because literally he has to fucking sit on his ass and do nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember when WWE signed Goldberg to $2 million for 1 year. That was a big fucking problem.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's making more money than everybody on the roster. You're giving Okada $20 million? For what? Just to say I had this sexy Japanese man on my roster?
He's a good-looking man.
He's a Japanese Ken doll. I mean, yeah. Tony Khan wants to hug him and squeeze his cheeks. I mean, we all know that.
I mean, I said, I mean, I could see why he went there, and I can also see why WWE
you just
dropped
fucked
out
yourself
of
because you gave him $20 million. Everyone knows what he's making now. You don't think Moxley's going to want to renew in a few years and be like, I want $30 million?
Oh yeah, he'll be like, yo, I've been
and
here.
These other guys are going to be like, Omega, nah, I want $50 million. Tony Khan's going to be like, holy shit, I can't pay these guys.
Yeah.
Like, this is like Eric Bischoff with WCW. They gave Bret Hart $20 million. Remember that?
Yeah.
Which was fucking outrageous at the time.
Yeah.
And Hogan was like, brother, I think I'm going to fucking go home now, brother. And he went home, and God knows how much he gave him to come back. This is the same thing all over again. We've been here before. That's why I tell guys like Jesus, he's not here yet. I don't know if he'll come in tonight. He doesn't want to hear the truth. You know, he thinks it's funny. He's like, well, I'm getting good matches. Who cares? Yeah, wait until they go out of business, and you won't get any matches. They won't go out of business. You need to hold their feet to the fire with this stuff. If you say, hey, everything's fine, the whole house is burning on fire.
Yeah.
You're only going to hurt yourself down the road with that. The fans have to hold these guys accountable. And instead, the fans act like everyone's a hater. It's just like TNA all over again. Remember with TNA, they got canceled?
Yep.
Oh, no, those are just the haters. 3 months rolls by, they got canceled.
Yeah.
On TNN or whatever, Spike TV. You
Yeah.
know, it's just I don't understand. We're actually I don't know if you know this, but we're going through this with the Xbox fans.
Yeah, I've seen
Xbox is
some of
like
the.
dead, and the fans are like, "Oh no, it's just getting started." Like, no, it's not. It's fucking dead. The brand is dead.
I mean, they've said it before that they wanted to get out of that,
Yeah,
like
they
the
want to be the
hardware.
biggest third-party publisher in gaming, and they don't care about the hardware. They're done. But they're making a handheld. It's going to save gaming. Like, no, it isn't. Fucking 5 people are going to buy that thing. It's going to be $800. No one's going to buy it. Anyway, this is what I'm seeing with AEW though. The fan base just doesn't want to admit this shit because they're getting great matches in wrestling. Good. DVR the matches. Record them.
Yeah.
Make animated GIFs, whatever you. I say GIFs, but people say it's supposed to be GIFs.
Yeah.
Make the
Yeah.
GIFs. Stick them up your ass. Burn them on a disc. Put them up your ass.
Yeah.
Because when the company's not around anymore, we've been here before. We saw WCW. WCW had the best wrestling. WWF always had the shitty wrestling. Wrestling ain't gonna save you. It didn't. It saved WCW, man. They went out of fucking business. They spent way too much money, and that was it. If Shad Khan wakes up tomorrow and says, "You know what? I don't want to do with this wrestling shit no more," it's over, baby.
Yeah.
He comes in. Tony's gonna cry for like 5 days. He's gonna be locked in his bedroom or whatever, and the plug's gonna be pulled. Yeah, you guys think it's funny until it happens. Then I want to hear you guys say, "Oh, you know."
But
by the way, Moxley is getting really fucking fat. This guy's fatter than me now. Is he trying to be Big Van Vader over here? What's he trying to do?
I don't know. I'll keep going real quick through
Him and Jericho, man. They should call it be a tag team, the Fat Slobs.
Punk confirmed that he's not able to talk about what happened after his post-event media scrum at All Out 2022. He would only say, "I didn't have to sign an NDA for anything I did wrong." And then he said, Punk later said he didn't talk with anyone from AEW for 6 months after All Out. He thought he was fired. He didn't hear any line of communication. He had to pay for his own surgery. On his
schedule and pay for it.
Yeah, schedule and pay for it. And he didn't hear anything.
I thought Tony Khan was going to give the wrestlers medical.
Yeah.
What happened?
He said, "I think the positives definitely outweigh the negatives." He was like, "I thought I was coming in to help business. I could teach something great, and I think I was just brought in for other reasons. There's business, and I know a lot of people are going to be upset. It's not a real business. It's not about selling tickets, not about drawing money. It's not about making money. It's just not."
That's proof. Because Okada showed up in front of fucking like 50 people. The $20 million man showed up in front of 50 people.
When asked what the company's
550, I don't fucking know.
When asked what the company is about, Punk responded, "I don't know. I think just having good matches, maybe. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's more to the business than just having good matches." Punk later said that he believes Khan likely wishes he was still in AEW, but that others didn't want him there. When asked if he felt that they didn't want him there from the beginning, Punk responded that he believes they didn't. So, regarding Colt Cabana, Punk said he'll probably not ever bury the hatchet with his former friend. He said, "I was at the curtain
Fuck that guy.
watching the show, and he came up to me and he was like, 'Hey, can we talk so it's not weird between us?' And I just said, 'I will never talk to you without a lawyer present,' which I agree with him 100%. Because the guy tried to take him to fucking court.
You know, that might have been the thing that started all this shit. That might have been the burn that got Colt Cabana to be like, "Yeah, well, I'm going to go backstage and say, you got me fired."
Maybe.
That might have been it right there, buddy.
Realist
Legend Killer. He's been with us for a long time. How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? He later said of AEW, he said, "When it comes to AEW and all that, I genuinely don't regret my time there. I'm just brutally honest about some things. And you ask questions and you're a real journalist, so I'll gleefully go ahead and answer it. It's done. I hope they're happy. I know I'm happy, and I would like to leave it at that. I understand fans and their tribalism because I'm a Blackhawks fan. I'm a Cubs fan, so I will always troll and needle White Sox fans or Blues fans or Predators fans, but some shit was just so outlandish, talking about my dog and all this awful stuff. There's no need for that. So Yeah, no, that was just the AEW stuff. And it really shed a lot of light on what was going on, and it confirmed a lot of ports and dispelled a lot of the fake reports that were going on about the incident and about everything else. He also went on to say that his favorite stuff he did in AEW was with MJF. Even though I think he said that he regrets like catering to the internet audience so much in that feud, but I thought that made it 10 times better. But I fucking, as somebody who was an internet kid back then, who was like MJF, who grew up watching Punk, that was a fucking fire feud. I loved it.
Yeah, the feud was great, and it was only getting started, and then that was it.
Yeah, even the what's it called, the dog collar match, like that, also like, bro, the when he came out to the AFI song with the fucking sweatsuit on, with the tracksuit with the fucking shorts, and then fucking MJF's in the corner,
call back to Ring of Honor,
corner of the ring, like Raven was for the dog collar match with Punk. Like it was just like every little detail of that. It was like, yeah, it was like little internet shit or whatever. I love that. I almost fucking like, I literally like, there's very few wrestling moments that would almost bring me to fucking tears. That was one of them. I was like, holy shit, that was my shit. I loved it. But anyway, he did say that was some of his favorite stuff he did in AEW.
That's what I'm saying, man. AEW was so good when it started because WWE was so fucking bad.
Oh yeah,
and it was great. It was great to have an alternative. But man, what they did with this guy just fucking destroyed the company, and they blame him. Well, he came in and ruined this place. No, motherfucker, you guys ruined the place because this guy only came in to help you guys get bigger and better.
Yeah.
And the minute they got rid of this guy, that was the last pay-per-view I bought from AEW, was Wembley. The minute he walked out and acknowledged Roman Reigns as he's walking out with the AEW title, I was like, I'm done watching this shit. Like, it's over. I'm never buying their pay-per-views ever again. I didn't buy any of their pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Never again. I don't even illegally stream them. I'm done. I just don't want to watch this shit. I don't watch anymore on Wednesdays, Saturdays. I used to love Collision. Out the window. Rampage, I never really watched Rampage anyway. All these people in AEW, all they do is bitch and cry about shit. This guy just did an interview saying like he wishes the company well. They sent Sammy Guevara after him on fucking Twitter. They had Edge cut a promo on him on fucking Wednesday on Dynamite. It's like, leave it alone. He didn't just go on there and be like, yeah, I want to talk about AEW and how shitty the company is. He was just like, here's what happened with me. I have friends there. I wish the company well.
Yeah.
I'm happy. They're happy. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
And this turned into Edge coming out. Forget about all the negativity. Like, get the fuck out of here, Edge. You wrestled in front of 30 fucking people on Wednesday.
If anything,
I thought in front of 30 million people.
I thought Punk was being diplomatic with his fucking response. He said his truth. He wished
didn't go on there to talk shit about the company. No. He was asked questions and he answered them.
Yeah.
And he said, my experience.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, what happened with Jungle Boy? And he said, okay, I don't want to talk about it, but you're asking me, so I will tell you what happened on my end.
And it's because he trusts Arrow. Like, he wouldn't just say that to any other interview besides Arrow.
Right. It's not like he... And he was talking about WWE during the interview, too. It's not like he just went there to shit on AEW. Yes.
So, and we're going to get into the WWE stuff right now. So, with far as his WWE return, everything he said happened...
beards, their friggin' beards go like friggin' tinfoil, like struck them with lightning or some shit. I don't know.
Now, when it comes to his WWE return, he says that, yes, it did happen very last minute. He said so he was at the gym on the Monday before Survivor Series, and he got a call from Nick Khan. And Nick Khan has been trying to get... Nick Khan used to be the head of CAA, talent agency. CM Punk, when he left WWE and was doing all that stuff outside and getting the movies and doing like the different deals and shit like that, the different appearances on different shows, his talent agency was CAA. He was a CAA client and worked directly with Nick Khan. So him and Nick Khan have had a relationship for years, apparently. So Nick Khan calls him and said that he wanted to try. He was like, yeah, we want to try to get you back in. And he was like, really? Because really? He was like, yeah, we're trying to get you for the Rumble. And Punk was like, dude, no, if you're gonna get me back, like you're in Chicago this week, like I live fucking 15 minutes from the fucking state from the arena. Like this week is the week to do it. And they were like, and then Nick Khan was like, oh well, I thought you're under a non-compete. He was like, I don't have no fucking non-compete. Which I don't know why Nick Khan didn't know that, and that's not the shit on Nick Khan, but the thing is that when they terminated his contract with cause, they fired him with cause because he quits. He quits AEW. AEW fires him with cause, which means when you do something like that, that means there was a violation of the contract.
Yeah, you're done.
And your every language in the contract is terminated. Now, on AEW side, it was good for them because that means any guaranteed money they owed CM Punk, they didn't have to pay him anymore. I don't know how much it was. But any guaranteed money they had to pay him, they didn't have to pay him anymore. And then, but on the plus side, that non-compete that's in the contract is also null and void. So every language of that contract was terminated when they fired him.
They went on TV and said, "Yeah, this guy's dangerous." He was trying to put a hit on him so WWE wouldn't take him. It's if I can't have him, nobody can have him situation. That's fucked up. So, he's lucky this guy didn't sue the shit out of him because he would have won.
Yeah.
He would have sued the shit out of this guy, Tony Khan, and got money.
Yeah. But so anyway, so they call him, he's like, no, I'm free to sign whenever. And they were like, okay. So then he was like, before I come back, I have to talk to Hunter. I gotta talk to Triple H. And I have to have that conversation. And they had the conversation the next day. Apparently they almost talked for an hour. So they almost talked for an hour. They had the conversation. And say what you will about Triple H, but he got the fucking shit done, man.
Well, we talked about it after it happened. Years ago when he brought the Warrior back.
Yeah.
I was like, he's being prepped to bring guys back because he's going to have a situation like this one day.
Yeah.
And it came full circle because the guy he had the biggest problem with, he brought back.
Yeah. So, hell froze over.
That was it.
But they had the conversation. They cleared the air. And Punk said it was all, anything that he had with Triple H was all water under the bridge. And they cleared the air. So then then the contract wasn't signed until the day of the pay-per-view, the day of the event. And that they didn't reel him into they didn't bring him out into Gorilla until like literally 2 minutes before the main event ended. So it was like one of those things where it was just like no one knew about it. The only people that knew was him, his wife, his lawyer, Nick Khan, and Triple H. Those are the only people that knew. And that's
Larry
how
knew. The dog.
Yes, Larry, who's also part of the NDA apparently. Larry can't speak on but yeah, so he said it kind of just happened like that. And he said ever since he's been back, it's been just a different environment. He mentioned the Vince McMahon stuff. He was asked about that. He said that he only saw Vince the few days after he came back, right before he went to the NXT show. He went to the Towers, he said, in Connecticut, and he was in the gym. He was checking out the gym, and he saw Vince in the gym. Vince gave him a hug and said, "Welcome home," and that was his only interaction with Punk. And then literally shortly after that, that's when all the shit went down with Vince McMahon. So that was his only interaction with Vince. He said if it's true, it's disgusting, it's deplorable, there's no excuse for it, and that's all he pretty much said about that. And then he said that just the environment's it's been really positive. He said that he got hurt, actually, he said very early on into his part of the Rumble match. And that originally the injury was actually worse than the one he suffered in AEW, but he's recovering better than the one in AEW. And that he's making good, strides of rehab, and he wants to aim for the summer for return, which is what people expected anyway. And he said that it sucked that he was going to be able to wrestle at WrestleMania, but he's just happy to be in the mix. He was like, if you would ask me 10 years ago to host a WrestleMania or be on a kickoff show, he was like, I would have been fucking offended. But he's like, now I just want to be there. I want to be in the mix. I want to talk with guys. He's been going to NXT regularly.
Listen,
to help
he's
some of the younger
45 years
guys.
old. The guy's not going to be wrestling much longer.
No.
I mean,
And if
he did one of the AEW scrums. I think it was a second or third scrum.
Yeah.
And he started breaking down. I don't know if you remember that. He started breaking down crying because he's like, I don't know how long I have left to do all this stuff. And we're like, oh shit, like he's on his way out. So this guy came back because he just wants to obviously make a lot of money, but he wants to finish out his fucking career. I mean, he's not going to be around. He's not going to be wrestling for 5 more years. That's why people are like, oh, they're going to give Punk the belt. That's not a good idea because he's old. It's like, guys, who gives a shit? It's wrestling. They gave Bob Backlund the fucking belt when he came back against Bret Hart.
Yeah.
If they gave it to Bob Backlund and Ric Flair at fucking 90 years old, they could give the belt to CM Punk one more time. If it's
as long as it
makes sense.
Yeah. It's like, and he's already set up for shit when he gets back. And the stuff with Drew is hilarious. It's fucking funny.
He actually brought Drew McIntyre back from the dead because Drew McIntyre was dead in the water before all this.
And even Drew McIntyre looks like he's having a blast with this shit.
Because he finally gets to talk on the mic and he can actually go after somebody. And it's interesting.
And be funny. His merch is
these
insane.
guys, Seth Rollins and McIntyre. Now I don't think they really hate CM Punk. They probably have an issue with him, but again,
but they're gonna do what they're gonna do, man. It's.
I think this is gonna show the Young Bucks, like, hey, you could have made this money. You could have had like this relationship with the guy.
And that's what we talked about before was that at least Seth Rollins is like, look, man, like he has every right to have an issue with Punk, but he also is like, look,
He's a professional.
Let's do big business. Let's do this shit. Same thing with Drew. And he's been I mean they just been killing it. So I can't wait to see their program and what they do with that in the summer when he comes back. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens at WrestleMania. But now that's pretty much. Anything else you want to touch on the Punk interview before we get into WrestleMania stuff? Because I have a lot of stuff to say about WrestleMania stuff.
Yeah,
but,
we're gonna talk about WrestleMania big time. I just think that it was a fantastic interview. I think he pretty much confirmed everything that we had figured from all the stuff that was out there. He cursed out Meltzer, which Dave Meltzer also talked about this like after they aired the interview, and Dave goes, "Well, just so you know, Punk, remember when you called me and asked me how TV works when you were in AEW?
TV ratings, yeah,
it's like," and he's like, "Oh, I wasn't an idiot back then, was I?" And I'm like, Dave, cut this shit out. I met Dave Meltzer, okay? Number one, he doesn't like fat people, okay? Because he asked everybody their name except for me. Okay? And, and I like Dave. I used to like Dave. I've been watching Dave since what? Like 2005? Dave and Brian?
Dave's been
they're the biggest fucking crybabies on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, get on Punk threw the first punch. Who gives a shit who threw the first punch?
Yeah. Him saying,
I could go right up to you right now and needle you, and you're gonna fucking knock me out.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you have a mental problem? No. I said something fucked up to you, and you defended yourself.
Yeah.
What kind of world do we live in today?
Yeah.
Listen, I get people start fights and shit for no reason. That stuff to me is like stupid.
Yeah.
But if someone's going to say something to you, you have two options. You can just walk away and be done with it. Or if it really pisses you off, you're going to knock that guy out. And the guy saying shit to you knows there's a chance he could get knocked out. Or else he wouldn't be saying nothing to you now, would he?
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you can't defend yourself anymore. You're a fucking lunatic and a maniac that needs help if you defend yourself. But if you don't defend yourself, you're a big pussy and a crybaby. It's like, you can't win. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't today. I would say anybody sticking up for themselves, good.
Yeah.
Stick up for yourself. But know your limits. Don't just fucking fight with everybody. There's a time and a place for everything, so.
Yeah. But
somebody fucks with you, and this one day you can't take it anymore. Tell him to go fuck off. And if he's got a problem, knock him out. And that's it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I agree.
Anyway, shout out to CM Punk because he defended himself, and
Yeah.
that's why I like the guy, and I will follow wherever the fuck this guy goes. I'm done with AEW. Like, I was only there waiting for him to show up. He got there. His debut in AEW was perfect. It was like,
oh, that's one of the best
finally.
wrestling returns ever.
That's like the greatest moment in their company's history. Hate to break it to you, but they had it. They had
Bro,
the
I went
guy.
the night he came back. I wasn't home. I was actually in California. I was in California with some friends, and I was there for my buddy's wedding, and I was literally watching his fucking in the back of a Uber, watching his fucking return on my phone on an illegal stream I found on like Reddit or something, and it was like, but that's how I was not missing his return.
No way.
And it was just one of those things where I was like, holy shit, man! Like it was just.
We got a 75-inch TV in that room, in the guest room. We were watching it on there. And holy shit! Like it was beautiful.
That place was so fucking loud. I think the only time I've heard that place louder is when he came back at the Survivor Series.
I was no, this Survivor Series, right? Okay.
Yes, when he came back, I think that was the only time I heard that arena louder. Because that place was just fucking rocking, man.
I'm telling you, it's just they had him. They had the guy. That's why once you get rid of that guy, it's over. You just told the fans that, we can't handle a top guy here.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring in Okada, Mr. Japanese Man. It's like, great. He's a great wrestler in Japan. Absolutely. Not taking that away from the guy. But besides the neckbeards that fucking only watch New Japan, you have a ton of fucking people that only watch WWE. They don't know who the fuck that guy is. They don't care. WWE's had guys from all over the world. They don't care about these guys.
Yeah.
A lot of, like Sean, Kenny Omega guy. You know him.
Yeah.
Oh, Shinsuke's going to win the title off AJ Styles. Like, he's not going to win the title. Vince McMahon doesn't want these guys, these Japanese guys, to be champion. Oh, no. He's going to win it, and Elias is going to win it. Yeah, guess what? Elias is fucking gone. Nobody cared about his ass. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Shinsuke, you're lucky Vince didn't have him fucking work at a Chinese restaurant or a Japanese restaurant or whatever the fuck.
Like he did all the other, like he did all the Japanese wrestlers before him.
Look at my guy, Super Crazy, okay, from ECW. He made the guy a landscaper. Okay? That guy could have been the top guy in WWE. But he's got to be Mexicool.
He could get it because Mexicans are landscape.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? It was so dumb. When
I saw him come out with the leaf blower and I saw his face while he was blowing the leaves.
Yeah.
I was like, my God, we went from
when they took
one of the greatest fucking guys in ECW to this shit.
And we talked about it, and I'll touch on this one little part, and then we'll go into WrestleMania. But it's like I talk when we ever bring up, Super Crazy. I bring up fucking Taka. When he came over, he was like, they were treating him like a serious wrestler at first. It was a big deal, and then he was a fucking comedy character a year later.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, he still is a beast. That man's a fucking machine.
He's training Eli right now.
Yeah, he's a fucking machine. Even at some of like those few like New Japan shows we watch, and he was on those
Carlito.
cards.
Okay, Carlito in Puerto Rico, he was like a crazy fucking cruiser. He was better than Rey Mysterio over there.
Yeah, he was nuts. Yeah.
The minute he comes over here, he's fucking Sideshow Bob.
He's eating apples and he's fucking he's eating apples and
he's
not
Hawaiian
doing shirts.
Carlito didn't do half the shit that he was doing in Puerto Rico that he did here.
No.
You thought Rey Mysterio was fucking crazy? That guy Carlito was 10 times better than Rey Mysterio, but you never saw it. Because they had him do WWE style. Where he comes out, he's Sideshow Bob with the fucking apple, he's grappling, he's like, come on, man, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
So, you're going to get more of the diversity now that Vince McMahon is not there anymore.
which is a good thing. I think the
Yes.
diversity is much needed.
Yeah, they
We're
need that.
not. Yes,
That's what made
100%. It's working.
WCW hot, man. You had the cruiserweights like opening the show in the middle of the show. You had the the lightweight guys. You had all that shit. Then you had the main event guys. It was like Hogan and all these guys. It
Yeah,
was good. It was a good variety.
something
Nitro
for
was
everybody.
stacked, man. Yeah, something for
Yes,
everybody.
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. But anyway, so that is the CM Punk recap. Now let's get into WrestleMania 40. This is a stacked fucking 2 nights live from Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles.
I'm
Fuck
gonna
the
change
Eagles.
the graphic. Go
In
ahead.
in Philadelphia. No, sorry. I had to say fuck the
Keep
Eagles.
going.
But Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia.
Fred,
2 nights.
happy birthday, Fred. Bobo Ghost.
Happy birthday, Fred. Happy
It's Fred's
birthday, bro. Good shit, man. Happy birthday. Anyway, yeah.
Eli's
So
here.
what's up, Eli?
Same shit's gonna happen to Okada. Who cares? He got $20 million. The fuck does he
Yeah,
get?
he's chilling, bro. He's chilling. Anyway, so WrestleMania, the buildup has been really good, specifically with the main event, and all the other matches have had good buildup too. I like the Becky Rhea Ripley buildup. I'm liking the stuff with Bailey.
Did you see the Jerry Lawler picture that's out there?
No, what I miss?
It's a fucked up photo from the Attitude Era. It's funny.
Oh Jesus!
The MILF Man
Okay.
is in the chat. Where have you been, MILF Man?
What's up?
How
What's
have you
up,
been doing?
Milfman?
He's been like gone for like a week. Hang on, I'm gonna send that to you. I want to get your reaction right now. Hang on.
Okay. Send it to me on Facebook.
Yeah,
Or-
it's gonna be on the book.
Okay.
I
I'm
know
kind of scared now.
People might not be able to see us right now, but that's only because I'm looking through. If I don't have the Discord on top, it like makes us disappear, and I don't know why. It's so dumb. It never used to do that. I think there was an update or something that did that. Where is this thing? Where is it?
Do you think it's on Twitter or?
It's on Twitter.
Hang on,
But
Jerry.
you might not find it right away.
Lawler. Let's see.
Oh, I got it. It's right here. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm sending it right over. It's a funny photo. It's not appropriate at all, but it is funny. That's some stuff going on.
Oh my god. Oh
But isn't that accurate?
no. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. Yes. It's a stacked show. It's a loaded card for sure. But that's crazy. Whoever made that meme is nuts. That is
I wouldn't even think of that.
I've seen that photo before, and I haven't seen that not like with the meme, but like the original photo. I've seen also like years ago. I forgot that photo existed. Jesus Christ.
Somebody found it. They fixed it, I guess.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, so yeah, so with the main event stuff, we really haven't touched on the heel Rock stuff. Like the last time we did a show, that was before all that stuff went down. But the final boss Rock or whatever we're calling this era of the Rock.
It's the greatest Rock of all time.
Do you think it is?
I think so.
They
somehow merged the corporate Rock with Holly Rock, and that is now final boss Rock. Yeah,
he's like an evolved Pokemon. Like he's like in his Charizard form.
Yep.
He is the. It's crazy because like the whole Rock stuff.
If you go back to '99, I mean, he basically is the corporation now. Vince is gone.
Yes. Yeah, like
he is now the corporate champion. Like literally,
it's not a work. I mean, it's a shoot. Like he's
on the board of the fucking directors over there.
Yeah.
You realize that one day you could possibly, and we talked about this. I said, what if The Rock buys WWE? I said that before they sold because I was like, maybe he'll buy it.
Yeah.
Nick Khan is his childhood friend.
Yeah, they've been friends forever.
They're kind of prepping this to where he could possibly buy it from TKO at some point. If they ever get cold feet, man, they're gonna sell that shit. And
Yeah. But the
he's
thing
gonna
is, I
buy
don't know if
that.
they're, but I don't know if they're gonna get cold feet because business has been fucking
I'm saying
rocking.
though, if they ever do, he's ready to
Yeah.
buy that thing.
Yeah.
But that's why he's like on it. And by the way, that's the biggest fuck you to Triple H and Shawn Michaels anyway. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know.
For anybody that doesn't know the story, when Rock came in,
They didn't want him even in the company.
they didn't want him in the company. They tried to get him fired several times, and
They thought he was just getting his spot because of his dad
right,
or his family.
And at that point, who cares? There were so many guys coming in that were, you know, family, like Dustin Rhodes, like, because his father was great, you're gonna say, yeah, he can come in, but The Rock can't.
Now
his dad was just a tag guy. It's like his dad was great too, man. Come on.
Now here's the thing. What I'll say though about the whole stuff with The Rock coming in, and it's been said about his time in DC as well, but apparently The Rock was trying with the Black Adam stuff to, like, his team wanted to, like, be in charge of DC because they knew DC was looking for somebody new.
Yeah, I remember that.
To be at the head. And then when Black Adam bombed, all that went out the window. There was and they hired a James Gunn to be the head, the fucking dude from Guardians of the Galaxy.
That asshole, fuck him. Hey, James Gunn, go fuck yourself.
Why do you hate James Gunn?
Because he canceled Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton. And he said Michael Keaton isn't the best Batman of all time. Right there. You go fuck yourself, buddy. Stick your guns up your ass. Nobody gives a shit.
But but yeah, so then he came into WWE and made all these changes to the main event, and he wanted to face Roman Reigns. I believe that those reports are true. I don't think this was the plan all along. I think that he was trying to do this, and when the fans backlashed, as they should have, because I think it was a fucking stupid plan, in my opinion. It was fucking dumb. They pivoted, though. They made the best pivot in wrestling history. There's been a lot of pivots in wrestling. There's times where they pivot, and this motherfucker was in the paint. He went for it. Like, this was
he listened pretty quick, because people think that this whole backlash thing started at when he was showing the family tree. But that was
before that.
Right. People think that it started there, though, but it didn't. It started when he came out of SmackDown, looked at Roman, and it just ended. That whole weekend on the internet, people were like, no way. He heard it right then and there. He's like, we're gonna fix this shit now.
Yeah.
So they set up the family tree thing to look like it was like a shoot type thing. Where Cody said, hey, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to do this.
Bro, the memes that came from that family tree thing were hilarious.
They have like videos playing behind them that has nothing to do with it.
It was so funny. It was so great. But no, so they did that whole press conference with which I thought was badass. The fact they're doing more of those press conferences to kind of make it feel big, it makes it feel bigger. You know, they do like those big like the WrestleMania where they did like the face-offs and shit. They're incorporating some of the UFC elements into it, and I like it.
Yeah, I think the cursing. It's literally anything can happen anytime. It's not like micromanaged by Vince McMahon.
The only thing I don't like, I always find it cringy. It's not just The Rock, so it's not a Rock thing. I hate when they bring up insider terms, or they bring up like, oh, I'm going against the script, which The Rock did in like a fucking video for fucking, like he said, he was like, fuck your script. I don't care if I'm off the air. And like all this shit. And I'm like, I think it's kind of corny. And Punk said it even in his interview. I forgot to bring that up. Punk said that's the only part of the new Rock stuff he doesn't like, is the stuff where he's like, I'm the best heel in the business. It's like, why are you?
It's funny. MJF said, "Oh, The Rock stole me whipping Cody with the belt." It's like, no, motherfucker. Hulk Hogan whipped The Rock with the belt in 2002.
Yeah.
You have to understand something. Like you said, he's like a Pokemon now.
Yes. He's his final form.
Rock beat Hogan.
Yes.
So Rock now has the ability to be fucking bulky and have the belt. Okay? He beat Steve Austin. He is now a bald man.
Yeah.
He's evolved. He beats these guys and gets their powers.
He's taking all their powers.
That's why he's final boss.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
It's true.
Now, yeah. No. If he beat Cena, but he didn't get his jean shorts.
Well, he got the extra roids from Cena. I don't know.
But the whole Rock stuff, I'm absolutely loving it though. I'm loving it. I think the promos have been great. They've been doing big business
Because he can
at
do
live
whatever
shows.
he wants. He's not like Vince
Yeah.
McMahon. Yeah, you can't imagine if Cena was able to turn heel with no Vince McMahon.
Oh my god! And it almost happened. It almost happened. And
Yeah,
Cena
but that was
confirmed
under
those
Vince
reports.
McMahon. Fuck him. He's an idiot. Maybe
Yeah.
Cena could come back as a heel one day.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if they did it like Hollywood John Cena, man, that could go for 5 years, and he can end his career like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, and yeah, I would love to see
Cena
that.
comes back. He looks like a 15-year-old kid now, like because he's
He
got
looks
no
like a-
muscles anymore.
No,
he looks like
he looks
a,
like
he looks
he
like
looks like a-
Ernest.
He looks like a dude in his mid-40s trying to dress like a 15-year-old.
He's got right. He's got to fucking make the Ernest movies now. He's got to take the helm.
But so yeah, so we'll go down the card. Night one is, I don't know what the only order I know this is going to be in is I know that the Bloodline versus Cody and Seth is the main event. But so we're just going to go down the order here. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. I think the bill for this has been really good. Even at that face-off in Vegas.
I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch.
You're not? You're not?
No. I think she's fucking overrated.
I like her, but I think Rhea Ripley wins this.
I think she's overrated. Needs to learn English. Okay.
Okay. I mean, she speaks English.
More sounds like this every time she talks. Open your fucking mouth, lady. Come on. All right.
But I absolutely love Rhea Ripley. I've said that before. Like I said, Ford F-150, please run me over. But I think she's going to retain here. So I think there's no shot Becky Lynch wins here.
Wait a minute. Are you the guy?
What?
Let me tell you something. Somebody on Facebook is liking Rhea Ripley's ass because me and Frank are just getting pictures of this woman's ass in our timeline.
I don't go on Facebook.
And we're like, bro, who the fuck is looking at these photos? Because I ain't looking at them.
I don't go on Facebook.
Usually somebody on your friends list looks at that shit and then we all get it. So was that you?
No. If it was, I would tell you. Yes, I look at that stuff on Twitter.
Oh, Jesus is here.
What's up, Jesus?
Mr. AEW man.
But no, now coming to my Twitter timeline, that shit's all there. Go to my Twitter likes. The Rhea Ripley ass is flowing on the Twitter likes. So I don't give a fuck. I mean, she's gorgeous. So it's not, me liking a post doesn't mean shit. I mean, shit's gonna pop up anyway. But anyway, I love Rhea Ripley. So I think she's great. But she's gonna retain. So that's how I picked there. You have Jimmy and Jey Uso facing each other in just a regular singles match. I don't know if they needed this. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. I guess it's just to give them something to do.
I thought they were moving on from each other. I mean, I thought they moved on like a year ago from each other.
But it's just like I think this would be
man. What the hell's he writing in the chat room here?
Who? Nick is now I'm Billy Gunn, bro. I appreciate beautiful women. Sorry.
Hey, Seuss, I almost went to Philly, but certain things fell through. So I'll be watching in our studio instead. We'll have a great time watching.
I'll be drunk.
Fell through. Did Tony Khan not want to sleep with you? Did that fall through?
I'll be drunk in Philly somewhere for night one, so I'll be lit. Anyway, Jimmy Jey Uso.
These AEW guys, they want to sleep with Tony Khan, and the Xbox guys want to sleep with Phil Spencer. Isn't this funny? Let's keep defending everybody. Go ahead.
Okay. Jimmy J and Jey Uso. I think it'll be a good match. I love the Usos. But I mean, I just think they just need something to do for them to do. Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso is gonna win. So that's my pick for that. You also have we don't have to go too much into these. But you have like they have the debut of Jade Cargill. It's Bianca WrestleMania, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi taking on Damage Control. Should be a good match. I like the way they're presenting Jade Cargill so far. Yeah. They're treating her like a big deal. I like that
she is a big deal.
Yeah, and I like that they're they're kind of easing her in with the tag team match. I think that's the right move. Like, you're not gonna give her a singles match off the rip. So yeah, it should be a fun match. I think obviously Bianca, Jade, and Naomi will get the win.
Jade can't wrestle. She's whoa. She's good, man.
Look, for somebody who isn't like a trained wrestler for whatever how many.
Here's the thing. I want to just say this right now, okay? She was in AEW. They fucking don't know how to wrestle in AEW. If you're not Japanese, they don't know how to wrestle there. Sorry. Now she's over here. She's gonna take a while to learn how to fucking work WWE style. And by the way, Vince McMahon is out of there, so she can work any style she really wants.
And that's why they're taking the time with her.
Yes.
And that's the right move. So
it's just like when AEW started. Ooh, the women's division sucked. It's like, yes, because the division just fucking started. WWE's women's division has been there for 40 fucking years, and they just learned how to wrestle in the last 10. Does anybody fucking pay attention to this stuff?
Yeah. I think that a sleeper match, I think the main event's going to be the best match on the card, but the sleeper match, I think that could be the best match, is that fucking 6-pack ladder match. That shit's going to be crazy, I think.
There's a rumor the Hardy Boys are going to show up.
Well, they're in Philly.
Sting's in Philly. Here. And Sting was uploaded on WWE.com about a week and a half ago. So is Sting going to show up? And is he going to help Cody Rhodes? I mean, that's a Cody guy. Maybe have DDP run out there and try to diamond cut the Rock. I don't fucking know. DDP's going to do the diamond cutter and fly right into a rock bottom. That would be the funniest shit ever.
Oh my God. But I think that ladder match is going to be a sleeper for match of the night. You also have Gunther and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. That should be a good match. They could
do Gunther and somebody else.
Oh man. Well, I'm fine with Sami Zayn. I don't hate Sami Zayn.
Let me tell you something. On Monday, the first motherfucker that comes out to challenge Cody Rhodes has to be Gunther.
Yes. Yeah.
And Gunther's got to beat him that night. Cody Rhodes is champion for one night.
One night, and the story, the second book comes
Gunther
out.
loses the IC, and he wins the title on Monday, and Cody Rhodes has to do this shit all over again. That's what you do. That's how you book fucking wrestling. Gunther has to win on Monday. Because then these motherfucking internet guys are like, yes, the night after WrestleMania actually means something again. Telling you. Yeah. You got to do it.
So then you have the main event.
Jesus thinks that Cody's going to win the title and bring it back to AEW.
No.
And give it to Tony Khan. That's what he thinks is going to happen. That's why he wants Cody to win so bad.
The main event is the Bloodline, The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Remember, if Rhodes and Rollins win, all members of the Bloodline will be banned from ringside for the Universal title match the next night.
It's going to be Bloodline rules. And that's where shit's going to go crazy.
No, I think that night 2 main event is going to be like some fucking wild ass run-ins galore.
I know Hulk Hogan and Mr. T are going to run out. Andre the Giant and Bobby Heenan are going to run out. The ghosts of WrestleMania are going to come out. They're going to corner The Rock. And The Rock's going to get scared.
Now, how much do you buy into that conspiracy theory that they showed that truck with Austin and Cena on it for a reason?
They showed it for a
reason. You think so? You think they run out at some point?
I'm going to say this, and I've said this to everybody, and they all think I'm fucking crazy. They are going to redo that Mick Foley win on a grander scale.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to run out. I think, listen to me, this is what's going to happen. Roman and Cody are going to get knocked out. There's going to be a ref bump. Even though it's Bloodline rules or whatever, they always do the ref bump. For whatever fucking reason.
They got to.
Rock's gonna get in the ring. He's gonna start fucking with Cody. The glass breaks. Austin comes out, stuns Rock. Rock is out of the fucking ring. Cody gets up, hits Crossroads on Roman. It's over. Now, there's a fucking reason why The Rock is called Final Boss. We might get an impromptu match with Cody and The Rock. Right then and there.
So then he could try to, yeah. Okay. And but where do you think?
Just-
do you think
just
Cena
so-
runs out then, or do you think Cena runs out at all, or no? Or do you think
that's
that's
where
just?
Cena might run out at the end, or
Because-
maybe Austin runs out at the very end. I don't fucking know.
I didn't believe that it would. I didn't believe that.
Maybe
that
Punk fucking
they-
runs out and does something.
I didn't believe that. That they showed it for a reason until I saw one bit of news today on a wrestling, not on a non-wrestling. It was on a Screen Rant, which is like a movie news site.
He's
And
gonna
they
cash
said
in
that-
Rock in the Bank.
And they said that whatever project Cena's getting ready for, he won't be involved physically at WrestleMania because they don't want him to get injured. I'm like, that seems like bait. They put that out today for a reason, to try to throw people off that thought that he was going to be there at WrestleMania, because the whole time he's
Austin's
been saying,
gonna
"Oh,
stun the Rock."
yeah." Well, I was talking about Cena. I was talking about Cena. I was like, that's
Cena's gonna be there.
yeah. Well, yeah. So see, they specifically put that out because they said like, "Oh, he's like preparing for a role. He can't get
Goes to
injured."
WrestleMania pass. They'll come for the Rock. That would be like,
But
they all corner him. That's gonna be funny if that actually happens.
now, do you think that do you think for the first match is going to be Bloodline rules? Do you think that the first match is going to be like a bullshit finish? Like, do you think it's going to be clean?
Oh, you have to have Solo run out and spike fucking Cody
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, it's got to be
Because
Bloodline.
that's the guy
Yeah.
that fucked it up last year. You got to have that again.
Yeah, to make it seem like, oh no, it's happening again.
Yeah.
Like it's going to happen. Yeah, it's happening again. That kind of yeah, I get that. I agree 100%. That's what I was thinking.
Like
as well.
it looks like they're gonna win, and then Solo shows up,
a lot of people
and
have been saying
he's got to do it to Cody because that's gonna fucking. It's like a Vietnam flashback to last year.
a lot
And
of
people are gonna get scared for night two. Like, oh shit, Solo's the wild card.
a lot of people are saying they feel like The Rock at night 2 is going to turn on Roman. Do you think
I don't
that
see
happens? Yeah, I don't see that either. Like they said that there's like little hints
He
The
beat
Rock's
the fuck
giving
out of
out.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Everyone's been saying from day one The Rock is going to turn on Roman to help Cody win. It's like, bro, you made Cody fucking bleed. You're not helping anybody fucking win. I think the main
Yeah.
event's going to be fucking crazy because everyone's going to run out at the very end. They want this to be WrestleMania 40 to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah.
You can never top 17. However, you can be like just
Bigger?
as good as 17.
Yeah.
Yes. Bigger,
Yeah,
better,
more grand.
better.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is The Rock's WrestleMania, okay? He wants this shit to go well. And there's
Yeah.
a reason why he wants to go. He might buy it one day. Telling you.
Well, also it's like, and this is
Kick Roman
You know-
out of the bloodline on Raw? Well, I don't think The Rock's going to be on Raw. He's got to go
Never-
film a movie again.
no, I think there's a good chance he might be on Raw. I mean, Raw's in Philly. I mean, he could do it. I mean, he could do it. He's been on every other Raw leading up to Mania. He's been on TV way more than I thought he was going to be. He's
What
been
if-
there every week.
Listen, what if Roman turns on The Rock on Raw and The Rock is a babyface again? Because he's already got the fans behind him for this final boss shit. That would
Hang
make
on, Mike.
sense because Rock's going to film a movie and Roman's going to stay there, right?
Yeah, give me a second here. My cat is being stupid. Yo, kitty, what are you doing? Get out of there. Get off.
You need an Alf. He'll take care of the cat for you.
I love you. All right, I'm sorry. But yeah, yeah. So, I think that there's definitely going to be some interference. I think the Bloodline is going to win that.
Damian
that
Priest. Nobody cares
that-
about that guy.
Damian Priest. Are you talking about the?
He could cash in AEW and fucking beat Samoa Joe for all we care.
Do you see the memes about him online? They call him like they call him bisexual Undertaker.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'd
Anyway.
keep Rock heel and turn Roman face. Finally make Roman a face. I heard Roman's taking time off too.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys understand. Roman's lazy. He doesn't want to fucking work there.
I don't know if he's lazy.
The guy hasn't worked there in fucking 4 years. He's been the champion. He hasn't even been on TV. He goes on TV and goes like this. That's all he fucking does.
I love Roman as a heel. I love him. I think that the bloodline stuff is great. But you don't like what Roman's done as a heel?
Nah, he's good, but I'm just saying, like, he's never there.
Bro, when you look back to like how we were talking about Roman when they first tried to push him. Remember all those years when we were doing the podcast and the suffering succotash and all that shit?
Yeah, but you know, I think what really helped him, and this is fucked up, but the whole lockdown helped him because nobody was in the arena to boo the guy. And he did so much annoying shit on TV that when they got fans back in, they fucking hated his guts.
Yep. And the lockdown helped him, and getting with Heyman, I think, helped him too. I think that
the
probably
Heyman thing would have taken time, but yeah, he would have eventually been that way.
My cat is making a cameo here. Get the fuck down, shitter.
You damn cats.
I love my cat. But yeah, no, yeah, I definitely like the what Roman's done, but yeah, no, I think okay. So now we go to night 2. Again, this is no particular order.
If Cody wins the title, where does he go from there? How long do you think he has? I think he loses it Monday to Gunther. Gunther comes out and says, "You've been champion for long enough," and he beats him for the belt right there.
What was that accent?
That was the funniest shit when he fought The Miz.
Yeah.
And The Miz was coming, I used to be bullied as a kid. And Gunther came and said, "I think you haven't been bullied enough." And he beat the fuck out of The Miz. That was the funniest shit ever.
Bro, I love the way they fucking built up Gunther. Like, Gunther's just like, and him and The Miz had a great match too. And Miz was getting into his like 2016 John Cena bag where he was throwing out Hurricane Ranas and fucking wild shit. I fucked with it.
So listen, there's a question here. A lot of people want to know.
Yeah.
If Dustin Rhodes is going to be allowed to go to WrestleMania.
Ooh.
And what was it, Dave LaGreca on Busted Open? Him and Bully Ray have been pleading for Tony Khan to let Dustin Rhodes like sit in the front row or something.
They should, man. I mean, that's his fucking
it.
brother. Like, fuck.
Let me tell you something. Dustin Rhodes only went to AEW because of Cody.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was okay, right? But like, if this guy's family member is going to go there, he's not going to be there. Come on,
bro. I mean, and
he's
just
gotta be there.
Yeah.
Even listen. What's the worst going to happen if he shows up anyway? They're going to fire him. He's just going to go right to WWE. They'll keep him down in the Performance Center. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And he could be Dustin Rhodes now. He doesn't have to be Goldust anymore because fucking Vince isn't there.
Well, also, it's like the one person that has like probably as much respect, if not more respect for Dustin Rhodes than Cody is The Rock. The Rock loves Dustin Rhodes. Yeah. The Rock has, like, whenever he speaks about Gold, he says, like, that's one of the most professional guys.
And he brought him up in the promo. I'm surprised he didn't say a couple other things about his brother.
Yeah.
Your dad is fat and your brother's...
Yeah. He's always talked about how much he respects the fuck out of, you know, and how Goldust worked with him through, like, his first, you know, his WWE debut and shit like that, and he was fucking shitting his pants, and it was just like, you know, and Goldust helped him through that. So it's like he's always had a lot of respect for, you know.
He even said your brother's a Hall of Famer, and then like he realized he's not a Hall of Famer.
He probably should be.
He's gonna put him in.
Yeah,
they're gonna put.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that The Rock has, like, apparently he was in charge of this year's Hall of Fame too. Like all the people that
he put his mom in.
Yeah.
Which she deserves to go in. I mean, she dealt with a lot of shit. She was a promoter and all that.
Yes.
Her mother was her father was a promoter. Then when he passed, the mother was the promoter, and then when she was getting old, she became the promoter.
Yes.
So yes, the mother does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. It's kind of fucked up that he had to put her in though, because Vince just didn't put her in.
Yeah,
But,
no,
fuck Vince McMahon. He sucks anyway.
she should have went in when they put his father and grandfather in. Remember back in what was that in 2007 or whatever?
Then. They shouldn't have waited this long to the point where he had to do it. But I'm glad she's going in. That was a good move.
And well, how do you feel about before we get into the predictions here? How do you feel about Roman being the one to induct Paul Heyman?
I thought the Dudleys were going to induct him. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because if Roman's the fucking guy that he's managing.
Yeah. A lot of people thought Dreamer, but I was like...
it would have been the Dudleys if it was up to me.
Yeah.
Dreamer and Heyman are not close anymore. Ever since ECW closed, they fucking don't like each
other. That's what people said. Dreamer could finish what he wanted to start.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, God damn it. Oh, Christ.
For those of you that don't know, Dreamer had plans to actually delete Paul Heyman at WrestleMania.
Yes,
with a weapon on live pay-per-view. And he says, I just couldn't pull... I just couldn't do it. We're not monetized on this channel. He was going to fucking blow his brains out with a gun. He admitted it. He said he was going to sneak a gun in the building and blow his brains out on commentary on live TV. And he's like, I couldn't pull the trigger. I was like, good thing you didn't pull the trigger, you fucking idiot. Like, what the hell wrong with you? Imagine that shit. Imagine if that really happened. How fucking crazy would that have been? You got JR screaming and then the fucking head blows up next to him.
Yeah, no, it's... But yeah, no, so I'm happy for him.
Not monetized. I can say whatever the fuck I want, YouTube.
But you know, I'm happy for Heyman.
You didn't hear that story, hockey fan? He admitted it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But anyway, back to these rundown real quick because I realized it was midnight. But back to this rundown real quick. You have Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think Drew is going to win. Hot take here. I think Drew's going to win.
I think Seth will retain, but that'll lead to a three-way at SummerSlam with him, Drew, and Punk.
True.
But even if Drew wins it, I'm happy because then he's going to fight Punk at SummerSlam. Punk now has a direct open line to both these guys now.
Yes, which is perfect.
Which is good for Punk because it sets him up for other shit. And if Drew doesn't win the title, Punk can still feud with Drew. Yep. Maybe Punk beats Seth and wins the title, and then he fights with Drew, and then he loses with Drew. Who the fuck knows? But we know Punk's winning the Rumble next year. Yeah, he's going to main event at WrestleMania next year, unless something like crazy happens, where like Hulk Hogan
gets hurt again,
and people go crazy for him.
Yeah. Then you have I don't know why they. I think it'll be a good match, and I actually like the promos between the two. But LA Knight and AJ Styles just in a singles match, and I like both guys. I do. I don't know how you feel about LA Knight, but how do you feel about LA Knight?
What? LA Knight?
Yeah. How do you feel about LA Knight? Yeah.
It's a fucking flash in the pan. That guy.
I like LA Knight.
Oh, he's some fucking hick that got over. Okay. No one's gonna care about that guy in fucking 2 more months. This is the guy they wanted to win. They want this guy to win the title for Roman Reigns. It's like, dude, are you fucking on crap?
No, he shouldn't have won the title from Roman Reigns.
But that's all I heard a couple months ago. Oh, this guy LA Knight should beat Roman. Really?
I think that he's doing some of his best work, obviously, of his career.
Yeah, but he's a fucking modern day Jeff Jarrett, and he's gonna win the IC title. And no one's gonna give a shit. Next guy.
I like LA Knight, but I think he's gonna have a good match with AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles wins it.
And AJ Styles is winning for sure.
And what is AJ Styles eating? That man is fucking a truck.
What happened to him?
No, he's fucking jacked out of his mind.
Well, he's taking steroids, obviously.
I mean, if he is like, he is yoked. That man is on the fucking Brock Lesnar fucking cocktail. What he is, that man is fucking yoked out of his mind, bro. And still moving like AJ.
Did he get rid of the soccer mom haircut? or is he fucking still rocking that shit?
No, he's still rocking it. But
Ugh.
watch this shit. I just hang on. I'll
This guy's
send you a
trying to be
photo.
Jesus Christ over here. Jeff Jarrett is way better than Elliot. Oh shit! Wow. Jason's in the chat. We gotta get Jason. We gotta get you back on here at some point. If we do a WrestleMania review, although I can't do that on Monday because I'm going to see the Eclipse in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do it like Tuesday or something. If we do a WrestleMania recap.
Trying to find a picture of AJ Styles. Hang on. He is fucking.
Just look in your folder on your computer. You got all his nudes on there.
I mean, there was like a.
I'm down anytime. Yeah, we'll figure out if we're gonna do a recap on Tuesday or something. How far is Syracuse from me? About 3 hours. I got a hotel, so I'm gonna go over there. Monday. I gotta leave Monday morning.
And even AJ Styles today said that because they asked him, he was at a WWE World or whatever, did a Q&A.
The World? They brought back the restaurant?
Yeah, it's called like WWE Experience or whatever the fuck it's called. But anyway, they asked him like how he felt about Punk being back, and he was like, "Look, well, no, he said that he was like, he was like, I heard from all my friends that are back over at AEW or whatever, that there was like terrible things being said about him. Ever since he's been back, he's been great, and him and he spoke very highly of Punk, and him and Punk have never really seen eye to eye. AJ and Punk,
because he called him out for being a flat earther and shit, and he got really mad.
Well, it also stems back from like even like before that. I think even like when they were in Ring of Honor back in the day, it just they never just got along, but they always did great work together. And I think AJ's another one of those guys where even if he doesn't really have an issue with, or he doesn't really
Ring of Honor guys were all good, man. Like Joe and Brian and Styles, all these guys.
Yeah, no, but even Styles was like, hey man, like look, he's back, he's having a good time. Like I would love to work with him, make some money.
Did you know that AJ Styles wrestled on Nitro in 2000?
I did. Yes, I've seen that.
WCW guy.
Yeah, he was supposed to be. If the company ever went under, he was supposed to be in WCW.
Yep.
And then he went under, and then he went to TNA and Ring of Honor. So it's like, But anyway, AJ I think wins against LA Knight. Anyway, then you have Io Sky and Bailey. I think this will be a great match. Bailey's gonna win this, in my opinion. I'm loving the Bailey turn.
Bailey.
I'm loving the Bailey turn. I love Bailey. She's great.
It's fucked up. She won the Rumble and nobody even knows that she won the Rumble.
I love that. I love that Punk always makes sure to say, like, Bailey's won the win. Like, he always makes sure to hype her up.
Well, Bailey's his friend. That's what he said in the interview with Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, no, they're. Oh yeah, he threw Bailey under the bus for that one. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he said Bailey snuck him in backstage when Vince got him thrown out.
But no, him and Bailey.
By the way, Tony Khan called CM Punk a traitor.
Really?
Did you not hear that in the interview?
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah,
he said when they found out I was backstage, the word that
a lot of people was
given to me was traitor.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't happy.
Guys, he was backstage at a show. Like, get the fuck out of here! Like, he's a traitor because he visited friends backstage. And he even said, yeah. And meanwhile, all these other guys are all at these other indie shows visiting people and shit.
Yeah,
she won the Rumble. Yeah, you didn't remember the Royal Rumble? Bailey won the Women's Rumble.
Yeah. And Bailey should, like, she's great. I love Bailey. Always liked Bailey. But it was time for her to turn face. And now she's a bigger face than she ever was. So, but anyway, yeah, so I think she's going to win that. Let me back up here. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. Logan Paul's going to win that. Triple threat for the U.S. title. It should be a fun match. Those three work well together. Logan Paul, I want to hate him. I always say this. I come out here and say, I want to hate him. I don't like him as a person. I don't. He's in a lot of deplorable
He's a
shit as a
fucking
person.
idiot. He's an airhead.
But he's great as a wrestler. I'm sorry, I have to say it. I just gotta be honest.
Pokemon cards and trying to resell them.
But he's a great worker. So I think it'll be a fun match.
You mean they're not
and then,
real?
and then you have the main event. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And we already predicted it's going to be under Bloodline rules. And we already said kind of what we think is going to happen. It's going to be a fucking shit show at the end. The last like 10, 15 minutes of that match is going to be fucking pandemonium.
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts. It's going to start.
The fans are going to go fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, that place is going to
I hope people understand something. The Rock is going to make Cody Rhodes look bigger than ever. He's probably going to be the biggest superstar in the last 15, 20 years.
Oh, yeah, as he should be, yeah.
And people laugh if I say that. But the way that they're going to make this guy look in the last few minutes of this match, that's the jetpack that's going to fucking springboard this guy.
Him overcoming all the odds to fucking win. And it's going to be like, you know, if last year was Rocky 1, this is like Rocky 2.
Yeah.
This is like Rocky 2 in Philly. Both places. That's what it is.
Maybe that was the story.
Maybe, but I mean, it's, you know, won't be shocked if you see some footage of Cody on the Rocky steps. But
Code,
but it's
is that what you call him, Codelander? His name's Cody Rhodes, my man.
Oh, because he looks like the dude he looks like Homelander from The Boys. Look up home. Hang on, I'll send you a photo. Hang on. He looks like The Boys.
To get their money. People gonna want to get their money back. What are you talking about? People are paying like thousands of dollars to sit at WrestleMania. You think we get Cody bleeding in the main event Sunday night? Yes. He wants to bleed.
I was surprised when I saw that blade job. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You like my attitude antlers, everybody in the chat?
All right, on Facebook, Perry, I'm gonna send you something.
I got something. What is it?
No, hang on. That's Homelander from.
Oh, okay.
From The Boys. He looks like.
I see who that is. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I completely agree that he's gonna look like $1 million after the match.
RWK, take care, bud.
Take care, man.
So did the Hardy Boys come out in the ladder match? Did they kill Tony Khan to go fuck himself after this guy Sammy Guevara tried to kill both of them?
I mean, look, I wouldn't say no. And also, like 2 weeks ago, wasn't Matt at Raw? Like he was at he had a press box or some shit.
And
yeah.
Didn't Michael Cole shout him out or something? I heard
something like that. I think so.
Yeah, you can't do that. He's a traitor.
Yeah,
bro. CM Punk should fucking go up to the press box and be like, "Motherfucker," and he should knock him the fuck out right there. You're on my press box now.
But I think there's a good chance they come out. There's a good chance they come out, but we'll have to wait and see.
Isn't it funny? Tony Khan just bought their music and he didn't even fucking use them. Yeah, because this guy Guevara hurt Matt Hardy, and then he hurt fucking Jeff Hardy, and then that was it. Roman's gonna break Hogan's record. Oh my fucking god, who cares about Hulk Hogan's record? Why do you guys care about this record so much? If he breaks Hulk Hogan's record, what happens? Does God himself come down and give Roman Reigns $100 million?
Yeah.
What happens? Does he get his wings? Who the fuck cares about his record? That was 100 fucking years ago. By the way, he'll never break Bruno Sammartino's record. So what's he gonna do? Break everybody's record until he has a giant record that nobody cares about? I'm sick of hearing about this Hogan record. Why would he want to break Hulk Hogan's record? Because the guy's a racist fuck? How do you know Roman's not a huge racist guy?
Well, okay, we go.
What? How do you not know? And then someone's got to break his record in 25 more fucking years. Yeah, who cares? It's a bullshit record.
Yeah.
Look at Vince McMahon's record. It's erased. That'll never be broken. Yeah, Bruno was champion for like 100 fucking years. So there you go. There's a rumor he was buried at Madison Square Garden. He actually breaks his record in terms of most WrestleMania wins and main event on Sunday. Nah, fuck that. That's stupid. What's with Hogan? Why is it Hogan? You might see Hogan at WrestleMania with Mr. T. You're all laughing, but he might walk out with Mr. T in the main event. They might come out together and be like, that's that motherfucker The Rock, and they might beat the shit out of The Rock.
But I'm excited for WrestleMania. I think it'll be a good show, and it should be a lot of fun. And like I said, I'm going to be in the city for night one. And the city right now is buzzing, man. And it's so cool to see, like, there's like a bar. There's a bar in Philly, Perry. That's the oldest bar in America. And
Cheers?
it's called McGillen's. It's like an old Irish bar.
Okay.
And it's really cool. It's like a landmark. Like if you come to Philly, you gotta go visit it, because even if you don't drink and stuff, they have like really good food, stuff like that. But they're doing all wrestling themed menu, all wrestling themed drinks, all wrestling theme. They're gonna have all like wrestling memorabilia.
They're gonna get fucking sued the next night.
But
night 3, they're gonna be sued. Hogan and Flair should be on the pre-show. I'm telling you, they're gonna have the ghosts of WrestleMania past come out and beat the shit out of The Rock. They're gonna corner him in the ring, and he's gonna say, "The Rock says he's scared," and then they're all gonna beat him up. That's not gonna happen. That would be fucking funny though if that happened.
Well, also earlier this week was the hang on, I think it was earlier this week. Let me double check. Oh no, it was last week. It was exactly a week ago. It was 25 years since the last WrestleMania in Philly, WrestleMania 15.
That was a great WrestleMania.
Rock and Austin in the main event.
It's the first one I bought on pay-per-view. At
the First Union Center in Philadelphia, which is now the Wells Fargo Center, the same place where Raw's going to be.
By the way, those guys beat the fuck out of each other in that match.
Yeah.
If you watch that match back, man, they went hardcore. They were fucking beating the shit out of each other. You know what ruined that match? The Rock's wife. She was ringside. She kept fucking cheering, "Let's go, Rocky! Let's go!" I'm like, shut up.
Oh, yeah. Because he was supposed to be the heel, yeah. Or just in general, she was just being loud, yeah.
She was just being loud because that was her husband, but it was annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch WrestleMania 15 and 17.
Yeah.
18 and 19. 17, 18, and 19 are like the trilogy, man. They're like the greatest ones of all time. 17 is the greatest of all time. 18 was a great sequel. 18 is like the real WCW invasion. Because if you think about it, 18, it was all WWF guys versus WCW guys on the entire card.
Yeah.
And you had the NWO, you had Undertaker versus Flair, you had the fucking NWO against Rock and Austin.
Yeah, no, it was
Maven versus Goldust. It had nothing to do with anything. Great. What was it, Rob Van Dam versus Regal or whatever? It was crazy. Crazy shit, man, on that pay-per-view.
Apparently at one of the bars in Philly, they're doing wrestling trivia on tomorrow night, and Rob Van Dam is going to be there.
Well, you know half the trivia because they'll be fucking baked.
He's so high. He's so high. Oh, my God.
Becky Lynch. Oh, Bucky Lynch. Said Austin versus Rock at Mania 17 and Rock versus Hogan sucked. Okay. He also said that Twilight Princess was the greatest Zelda of all time. That's a fucking cap, my man. That's a fucking cat. That's some emo bullshit. If he's a 13-year-old girl, Twilight Princess was the greatest Zelda of all time. So don't get me started on that shit. Okay? Now, speaking of stuff Bucky really doesn't like, or maybe he does like.
Who is this?
This is his buddy Marcus from Wrestling Talk podcast over there.
Oh, got you. I thought you were talking about Cody Rhodes for a second.
No,
Zelda.
Not talking about Cody Rhodes. Fucking Cody Rhodes. By the way, Cody would probably say Ocarina of Time.
I think he did say that. He did say that.
Or Link to the Past.
I saw a TikTok with him counting down his favorite Zeldas.
Would say Twilight Princess, but this guy. If you're a 16-year-old girl, that's the game that's your favorite game. Anyway, now that I can say that out loud, another guy that we need to talk about before we leave. Edge is doing Tony Khan's dirty work, huh?
Yeah.
Edge came out there and said, I want to address the negativity out there. Bro, this guy did an interview and he was asked a couple of questions about himself. I don't remember CM Punk saying, Edge is a fucking asshole, fuck that guy. Edge, you got some balls saying that shit in an arena full of fucking 5 people.
Yeah.
The negativity, motherfucker. You're wrestling and you see nobody in the audience. America's Funniest Home Videos had more fucking people sitting in the audience.
Well, the problem is too, and I said this.
All embarrassing wrestling over here.
I said this too, is that, and like they're like realistically they're selling like 3,000 tickets in 20,000 seat arenas, and it's like it doesn't look good at all on them, and I don't know why they just don't do smaller arenas, like because it would still sound good.
First, Jesus in the chat said that DVRs were murdering the people as they were entering the building, and that's why the seats were empty.
Oh, okay.
DVRs, the machines have risen, and Arnold wasn't even part of it yet. Dax Harwood said something after the show as well. Yes, because Dax doesn't want to get fucking fired, Milkman.
Yeah.
Because CM Punk just said, yeah, my friends Dax and the House of Black and all that. All those guys are going to be like, they're going to call and be like, what should I do? You said my name last night by accident. Oh, shit, sorry about that. Just cut a promo and say I suck. Yeah, we'll do that. And that's what they fucking did. They don't want to get fired. Yeah. You think the shit that this guy went through with the Elite, these guys want to get in the crossfire of that? No. They're all going to go back to WWE. But until they get there, they want to keep their jobs.
Yeah.
They want to be on TV doing shit. They don't want to sit in the back all fucking... Especially FTR. They signed a 5-year deal, like a year or two ago? They don't want to sit in the back for fucking 3 more years.
No.
That was our ratings discussion, not attendance. Bro, I said the building was empty and you said the DVRs. And by the way, you know who said the DVR shit? Meltzer, the guy you don't like. So you're taking shit that he said and you're running with it. That's what I'm saying. Meltzer says a lot of bullshit. Before AEW started, he was pretty good. The minute AEW started, Meltzer's like a little schoolgirl fucking running around saying stupid shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that guy. I used to pay for his website. He was good. Him and Brian were good. Now Brian's like, Punk punched the guy first. Oh my God, who cares? This guy Brian acts like he never got in a fight in his fucking life.
Well, he has an issue with Punk for years for fucking some shit having to do with Maria or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Are you done with AEW or Xbox? Both. They're both stupid. I'll tell you, here's the problem with AEW and Xbox. They both have neckbeard fans that fucking don't believe shit. Again, it's the meme. Everything's on fire. Everything's fine. There's a point where you have enough of the bullshit. Okay? Oh yeah, keep waiting. Game Pass. The game's coming. Game Pass. Oh yeah, look at today. Everyone's waiting for Hellblade 2. Waited 5 years for Hellblade 2. It comes out in 1 month. Guess what? Oh, it's going to be 30 FPS on console. You made us wait 5 fucking years for this game, and it's going to run like a 360 game? Oh, but the visuals. Fuck the visuals. Do I want to do that, or do I go, You told me this box does 4K 120, and I can't even get 1080 60 out of it. Go fuck yourself. Take your Game Pass subscriptions and shove them up your ass, you rich motherfucker. Get on your golden yacht and go fuck yourself. Okay? That's Xbox for you. AEW, same bullshit. Got a fucking billionaire guy. No, we'll bring in all these Japanese guys. It'll be great. I don't fucking watch Japanese guys. I don't watch that shit. You brought in the one guy that I do like to watch, and you fucked that up. So I'm out.
Hang on a second.
Nielsen ratings don't count as live streaming. Asus, the show fucking sucks. When are you going to get that through your head? Yes, you're watching sexy Canadian and sexy Japanese men touching each other, rubbing their fucking tits on each other. That's what you like to watch. Just admit it. Enough with the Nielsen ratings and the sling boxes and DV. You have excuses for everything. The buildings are empty. Ray fucking Charles can see that. Ray Charles can sit in the front row and be like, I don't smell any fucking farts. Is anybody in the building? My man, it's over. They can't handle top stars. You think they can, but they can't. They lost Cody Rhodes, their top guy. They lost CM Punk, their biggest draw of all time.
Yeah.
Okay? Nobody's going to want to go there that's from WWE. And Tony Khan said he's going to be aggressive with getting... After he just fired for like fucking 20 people last night.
Which he also said he would never do.
He said
you remember that.
He said, if you signed a 3-year deal with me, you're with me for 3 years. He fired them all. Right?
One guy while he was injured.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. Remember when Dixie did that? Oh, what a horrible woman she was. Tony Khan does... Oh, no, it's budget cuts. They need... The network's going to be renewed. They need to make these cuts. No, motherfucker, he doesn't need to make these cuts. He's a billionaire.
And here's the thing. Because a lot of these people, like... A lot of these people, some of them...
You know why he made those cuts? Because of the money he paid Mercedes Moné and fucking Okada. That's why he had to make the damn cuts. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say real quick is I get that, some of those people weren't being used, one. Also, two, I get if you're going to have to make cuts. It's a business. You got to let some people go sometimes. I get it, right? But you came out and said, oh, I'm not going to do that. And then you go ahead and do that.
Well, all the boys were going to get medical, remember? And then he didn't even pay CM Punk to get his surgery.
Which is crazy.
Vince didn't give these guys medical either, but if something fucking happened, you were flowing down to fucking Birmingham to Dr. Youngblood, and you were having surgery that fucking Tuesday.
And then he would call you to bring you back to TV on Friday.
Right, but he paid for it.
Yeah.
This guy sent him home for 6 months. The guy's fucking arm was all fucked up. Sign an NDA, please. Tony Khan, he's in big fucking trouble, man. It ain't going to end well for that whole company. It ain't going to end well at all, brother. That's what I said, man. DVR it. Watch the Canadian guys fucking the Japanese guys and rubbing their tits and their nipples and grabbing their asses. Do all that. That's great. If you like that shit, great. But it ain't going to last. So record it and enjoy it while you can. No one's telling you can't enjoy AEW. But if you're not going to stand up and let the company know that there's a problem, like these fucking Xbox guys, then
especially
it's going to fade away. You can't act like there's nothing wrong because there's shit that's wrong. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to ruin the show for you. But you got to stand up for shit. When it does, you got to call them out on stuff.
Especially if you want them to still be around. The only way you're gonna have them still be is if you call them out.
When people don't like these new movies that are being made, they put a woman instead of the guy. All I see on the internet is people calling out the fucking movie theaters, right? But when it comes to actual shit that matters, you guys don't want to call anybody out. So once Swerve wins, what if Swerve doesn't win? What if Samoa Joe holds the belt for 2 more years? What if Tony Khan goes on a racist rant, Jesus? You gonna like him? Oh yeah, no, he's okay. His wrestling's good.
I hope the best for Swerve. By the way, I love Swerve.
Swerve is the best.
He's awesome.
But that's a point where they got to call an audible, and will they call the audible? And by the way, why would he want to be champion of AEW anyway? The fucking place is, there's nobody in the building.
Yeah.
Look at Cody. Cody was smart. He didn't win the title there. Because he was like, this
No.
place is a dump.
Well, also, and
if I win the belt, I'm winning it over there in WWF.
Also, it doesn't look good on Tony Khan. And this one last thing, we'll wrap it up because I just realized it's 12:30.
He does a fucking Hogan rant, this guy.
The thing for Tony Khan is that not only is the CM Punk thing on him, it looks like, or at least a big part of it is him, but also it seems like the Cody thing was him as well. Because Cody always bigs up the Bucks. He bigs up Kenny and all them. He
said something in his interview with Aaron Hawani, Cody. He said, because he said, will Brandy be there? And he goes, yes, meaning like the win, like
yes.
After he wins. But he didn't want to say that. He kind of let that slip. And he's like, and he got kind of choked up because he's like, all the bullshit that she went through, what people were saying that she was hard to work with or whatever. This is the rumor that we heard, that she was hard to work. He kind of confirmed that too. Something happened there between Tony Khan. We always thought it was the Bucks making rumors about Brandy.
No.
It's something between Tony Khan and fucking Brandy and Cody.
Yeah, because anytime Cody was asked about what happened with AEW, he'd always just say it's personal.
Because he signed an NDA. He can't fucking say what happened.
So it was just always, he never used to bring up Tony. Like whenever I would hear other interviews with him, he always big up Kenny, the Bucks, whatever. Never bring up Tony. That's why I always thought there's something with him and Tony. Yeah, for whatever reason. And if he said something to disrespect his wife, I could definitely see him being like, fuck you. I'm out of here.
I guarantee you something happened.
But yeah.
I think Tony Khan didn't want to resign. Even if that happened, maybe he's saying, we don't want to resign her because she's a problem here. That's it. You lost the husband.
Package deal. We're a package deal.
Look at the Bucks. They're not as close with Tony now because they fired the guy's wife.
No.
Like, they took like 2 months off after that shit. After they fired that dude's wife, Matt Jackson's wife.
Yeah.
You didn't see them on TV for a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like even the people that are supposed to be like cliquey or together, it seems like they're crumbling.
Yeah, they are.
Well. So it's like,
you see, and they all like, oh, well, CM Punk did all this shit. No. This is what it was like before he got there. This is what it's like after he left. That's why he said, fucking fire me. Like, get me out of here. Because he knew they were going to show their true colors without him there. But these guys always go back to, he ruined it. No, he didn't ruin it. He was the biggest target that was over there.
Yeah.
Because these guys, look at Jericho. That guy has caused more fucking problems for AEW than it was worth. Okay? He got into Tony's ear, and he's the guy that fucking... He's the Hollywood Hogan of fucking AEW. How Hogan and Bischoff were like buddy-buddy, that's Jericho and Tony Khan. He lets him play with his tits. He's like, hey, Tony, grab my tits. Grab my belly while you're at it. Make sure you put an extra 0 at the end of the check. Punk was the easy scapegoat. Yeah, he sure was, because he's always got a problem, right? Meanwhile, Jungle Boy, he's telling wrestlers to go fuck themselves and everything. That's fine. Bully Ray even talked about Jungle Boy. He said he was with them at a signing in the UK last year. He said the guy treated him like shit.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, Jungle Boy treated me like shit. That's why I believe what he did to Punk.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. Jungle Boy ain't gonna fucking... When AEW folds, these guys aren't gonna have jobs. What are they gonna work? TNA? Good luck. WWE bringing them fuckers in. No way. And Kenny Omega, can I say this, Nick, real quick?
Okay.
And that rhymed. Kenny Omega has diverticulitis for about 4 or 5 months now.
Yes.
This man acts like he's dying of full-blown AIDS. Bro, you go to the doctor, you get surgery, you're back on your feet in about a month and a half. Okay? My mom had diverticulitis. It's very painful. But she had the surgery, and within a month, she was back to normal. Brock Lesnar had diverticulitis.
He won the UFC title after.
He won the UFC title right after he had the surgery, and 1, 2, 3. He was. This guy, Kenny Omega, is stretching this shit out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my health, I don't know if I'll be able to come back. Dude, you go get surgery, and you're fucking back in the ring in a month. This guy is like crying to the fans that he's dying of fucking AIDS.
Yeah.
You had diverticulitis. They put you under. They take your fucking colon out. They cut it. They sew it back together and they put it back in. Then you are good in a month. Why is this guy acting like he's fucking dying? He's a pussy. He's the biggest fucking pussy in the company, that guy. Fucking idiot. If I was Tony, Vince would have been like, yo, you're getting surgery on fucking Tuesday, and you'll be back here on Friday, like you said. Vince wouldn't be like, yeah, no, you got diverticulitis, you could be out for 5 months, no problem. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. My mom is stronger than Kenny Omega? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He's got AIDS? Yeah, I think he does. From the way he's acting like he's fucking dying. This guy could have been, he could have wrestled at the Forbidden Door, whatever the fuck. What's the pay-per-view coming up for AEW? He could have been at that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead, he's like, oh. Get the surgery, you pussy. What are you doing? Tony's going to pay for it. He's an EVP. He gets medical, right? That was the whole thing?
Yeah.
Hollywood Chris Jericho. Yeah, that's right. And if Jesus can't admit that the guy's a pussy for not getting surgery, I mean, come on. Forget the fact that this guy has like 10-star matches. The guy is Gene Wilder with steroids. Okay? We all know that. Anyway, any questions before we go? Because Nick has to go. He had to go like 40 minutes ago.
But I stayed for the good of the show.
Any questions for him, for me? So if we do a recap next week, we'll try to get Jace on, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no, anybody is welcome to come. Like Jace, he's been on before, so he's more than welcome.
I want to ask you because I don't want you to think that we're gonna like get 100 people on this show anymore. Like we're not doing that.
But
we'll do like special recaps and shit with the
yeah. And like I said, we could do it on Tuesday, and like when you get back from the eclipse or whatever thing.
If it doesn't engulf me.
Because I'm off next Wednesday, so I could stay up later Tuesday. If it goes
we
late.
could do that. Jace, if you're in the chat, if you didn't fucking dip out, you're down for the recap, then let's do it. We'll be live streaming our WrestleMania reactions if anyone wants to pull up. Yeah, but you're just gonna say it sucks.
Well, no, you don't have
they're
to.
They're gonna give WrestleMania a fucking 1, and they're gonna give the AEW show a fucking 25. I already know this whole thing. They're like the Xbox podcasts. Xbox is fine, everybody. Jesus Christ. Rock solid world championship title. Are people actually going to fight, or are they going to sit down and eat cookies?
Who?
Their title matches, they sit down and eat food, and whoever eats the most food wins the belt.
Hey, bro, I might win one of those.
Bro, you got to have people actually fucking fight each other. Like, this shit's got to go down.
I just noticed we're doing like the same thing with our hands.
You guys are doing like, you're working with wrestling promotions. You should be like, yo, I was the camera guy here for like 50 fucking hours. Can we get in the ring for 5 minutes and fight each other? We want to record it for our TV show. You got to tell them that. Have actual match. Have an empty arena match. This way it explains why nobody's in there. Do a 5-minute match, record all that shit, and put it on the thing. Oh shit! You ate Chips Ahoy? Oh, you're the champion now, man. Oh my god! Come on. Any questions? Like legit, we're gonna give you guys like 5 minutes because Nick really has to
Yeah.
go. I don't have to go, but he's got to go. He's got to go to work.
Yeah, I got work at like 7 tomorrow, so I got to get some sleep.
I didn't wear the glasses tonight. They're right here. Any questions? AEW, WWF, ECW, WCW, TNA, NWA.
Anything about WrestleMania?
WrestleMania 1 through 40. I recommend watching WrestleMania 17, 18, and 19. The trilogy.
Oh, one thing to worry about. Well, not worry about, but they're really looking out here with WrestleMania. They're really looking out here with WrestleMania. All week, it's been raining. It's been raining here. Like, it's been fucking... The sky's been pissing rain for, like, 6 days.
Hey, it might be Jesus. He might be pissing on everybody over there. We don't even know.
But Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be clear. Sunday is supposed to be gorgeous. So they lucked out. They really lucked out. Hopefully the weather stays that way. But next year, bro, they're thinking about doing it in Minnesota.
Well, we have to go visit Abbo. Well, he's in Wisconsin. I don't fucking remember.
Bro, the one time Minnesota's great, by the way. I visited Minnesota 2 years ago in April. It snowed in April there in Minnesota. So, like, if they do it in April, it could fucking snow at WrestleMania. Like,
have an open stadium, have all the snow all over the place. Work that into the match.
Yeah, fuck it.
We got to play when we get together.
What?
We got to play SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth or whatever, where you can play in the snow. You can go outside and beat each other
in the parking lot. Yeah, or like it's like the outside the arena.
You can actually, one of the games, you could take the train to New York City and just fight on the streets and shit.
Was that Just Bring It? No,
I think it was Shut Your Mouth, man.
Was it Shut Your Mouth? Okay.
And you could literally get on the train. There's a cutscene of the wrestler just walking on the train. You could fight on the train, then you could get off and fight on the street. Then you could fight in the. You could run into the restaurant, the WWF restaurant, WWF New York, and you could fight in there. Like, it's crazy. And I was like, wow, they don't even do this shit anymore. That would be fucking great. Shut Your Mouth. See, I know. I love Shut Your Mouth.
Okay.
Great game. Any questions? Milkman says, what's an outcome everyone is expecting that you think has the best chance of not happening? Hogan and Mr. T walking out to save Cody Rhodes. Awesome game. Yeah, we got to play that when we all get together. We definitely got to play that.
As far as outcomes, I mean, I don't think that people are expecting Rock to turn on Roman. I don't think he does.
I don't think so either.
A lot of people are just expecting that.
They might get Roman turning on Rock. Like, motherfucker, you came back. You cost me the belt. If it wasn't for you being back, I wouldn't have lost that belt. I could see that.
Maybe he feels like he took the spotlight away from him.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
And that's when Rock turns babyface, and The Rock goes, you motherfucker, at SummerSlam, I'm going to whoop your ass. I could see that.
Well, have they announced the SummerSlam arena yet? Because there was that rumor that it was going to be SummerSlam was going to be in Miami. There was a rumor about that, and I don't know if that's still
going to be in Rock's country. That's for sure.
That'd be nuts.
We should go to that. I gotta go on vacation more, man. I mean, after all
I
this
have to go
shit,
away. I have to go away. I haven't been away in like almost a year, like somewhere.
like
I need to get some. I need to get somewhere.
this eclipse, she's like, I could cancel the hotel. Today's the last day. I was like, just keep the fucking hotel.
Yeah, man, go enjoy it.
Yeah, because I'm not driving home. There's gonna be a million people over there. I'll go in the hotel room, fucking hang out, leave in the morning, come back, and that's it. I don't want to hear it. What's the match outside of the two main events you're looking forward to the most? That's a
For
good
me,
question.
yeah, that's a very good question. For me, it's gonna be the Bailey match. I really like what they're doing with Bailey, and Io Sky, and I think that you know, I think it's gonna be a really good match. And I think it's gonna surprise a lot of people. So
I really don't know. I forgot all the matches on the card. I guess the Gunther match, even though
yeah,
Sami Zayn is okay, but I'm not a big fan of Sami Zayn. I think he's a skinny wimp. He's a fucking Muppet. He looks like he Snuffleupagus off of fucking Muppet Babies, this guy, or Sesame Street.
also, and I know that we're obviously not gonna talk about it, but I'm excited for I don't know if I'll be able to see it when it airs, but the NXT show Stand and Deliver, I'm really excited for that.
What, the fucking movie Stand and Deliver? That's an old movie.
Yes, it is. But no, I think it's that card is fucking really good, and they got sold out as well at the Wells Fargo Center, so that's gonna be fucking lit. That crowd is gonna be that Philly crowd. And that's what that thing I'm loving about this. Not just it's near here, but like just the Philly crowds are so good. Like I love Philly. They're wrestling crowds, so it's like it's gonna be a really fun time. Philly's a great wrestling city.
I don't think Ray's on the card. I think he's hurt, isn't he?
No, he's teaming with I think I might have forgot about that match, honestly. Oh shit, hang on. I think he's teaming with somebody.
He's teaming with Jesus.
He is he on the card? Yeah, it's the Latino World Order, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio in a tag team match.
No.
That's why I forgot about
these matches on SmackDown all the fucking time. Who cares?
This is just filler, in my opinion. It'd be probably pretty fun. It'd probably be pretty fun, but like, I like Dragon Lee. I think he's pretty lit. But and Ray's Ray. I love Ray. But I think it'll be fun. I mean, I think Ray wins. I mean, I think that's.
Do you think DDP or Sting comes out for the Cody match?
Ooh.
Like just like you could see the lights going out and Sting beats the fuck out of The Rock with the baseball bat because they were going to do Sting and Rock at 18.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or what was it, 18 or 17?
No, it was gonna be 18.
Okay.
It was gonna be 18. Yeah.
Yeah, because Austin was gonna do the match with Scott Steiner against the Hall and Nash, the Outsiders, and then Steiner was gonna turn on Austin. Like that was the plan. But they couldn't get Steiner.
Yeah, no, I specifically remember I remember I was on, like, I remember reading that, like, it's just one of those things I remember reading from when I was younger. Like, I remember reading that rumor of the Sting Rock match on, like, WrestleZone.com, like, back in the day. Like, I just vividly remember being on my old computer at my old house, reading that for whatever reason, and just being like, holy shit, if they get that to happen. I was like, I think I was, like, 10 at that point, but I was already reading, like, dirt sheets and stuff. Just because I had friends, my friend's like older brother who got me into wrestling, kind of like him got me into wrestling. He was already reading.
Can you imagine if Undertaker comes out and then fucking the lights go out and Sting fucking points the bat at him? That would be crazy.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be funny.
I would love Diamond Dallas Page to have a diamond cutter on Rick.
Now, quick question
on the Rick. Who the fuck is the Rick?
The Rock, I think.
He said the Rick. The Rick says. Who's Rick?
Quick question.
He's gonna DDP a guy named Rick in the front row.
Quick question, Perry. A little bit of a side, but what did you feel about Sting's retirement match?
I didn't watch that shit.
You didn't?
No, I did not give AEW any money. I don't watch that shit anymore.
I thought
I'm
it was
done.
great. I thought it was great. And
Darby
I love that
Allin
it's
was a fucking idiot because he jumped on glass and glass got in people's faces in the front row. But besides that,
yeah.
no, I'm not watching that shit because it wasn't even a proper retirement match. He was told, we can't afford you anymore. You're going to wrestle and put over the Young Bucks to make them look good because the internet fucking hates them now. And he said, okay, Tony. And that's what he did, and it sucked.
Well, he won the match.
I don't care if he won the match. His last match was against the Young Buck. Come on.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a last match, man, I would have rather taken Flair and Sting. I know people made fun that was going to be the match. I would have taken that shit in a heartbeat. The Young Bucks. Get the fuck out of here.
I like that. I thought
Sting's legs.
I thought incorporating his kids was cool. A nice touch too. I liked it.
I was there. It was great. Of course it was great, Jesus. If fucking Tony Khan came out naked and fucking took a shit in the ring, you'd give it a fucking 10-star match and say, oh, it was worth the flight. I saw corn in his shit. Oh, man. The Cucamonga boys. Yeah, exactly. No, that's not how Sting has to go out, man. That's not how Sting goes out. That'll be 15 stars for me. Yeah, you keep laughing, buddy. Yeah, the Young Bucks suck ass. Yeah, even Fred hates them. Jericho and Sting would have been better. Would have been better. They already did that in New York, and they got booed out of the building for that one. Really quick though, I think Sting should have been one-on-one with somebody. Even if he went against Darby Allin one-on-one and put him over, that would have been good.
Yeah.
My best friend bought my ticket, so I'm not sure what he paid. Well, he got robbed. I'm telling you, man, Sting, he deserved a little bit better than that. But we'll see if he shows up. He's going to be over there. He told Tony, he's like, yeah, I don't want to do this no more. At the scrum. We will talk. He's like, yeah, maybe. But he big league Tony at that scrum. Sting needs a match with The Rock. I don't know if he could pull it off. With The Rock looks like he could fucking murder him. The Rock looks like Tiny from Clay Fight. I keep saying that to everybody. But it's true. Did you say MJF's ex-fiance painted a photo of Cody and Rock, and The Rock bought the photo?
Yeah.
So, well, if you want to go, I'll take questions for a little bit, but if you want to go, so I don't want to hold you up because it's getting late.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, like I said, I would stay later, but I got to get to bed. But
I'll stay and take questions for a few minutes.
I appreciate everybody for hanging out and viewing. We had like 13, 14 people in here at one point.
Yeah, I know.
Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Sorry I got to leave. But you know, I have work. So, yeah. We will be doing a recap on Tuesday night at some point. When we figure out a time, I'll tweet about that. Sorry we can't do more of these more regularly. I mean, I'm going to try to do more regularly.
It's not a big deal.
I feel like us doing them, like, kind of, you know.
This clown right here.
I think us doing it kind of like this is kind of like, you know,
it's better.
A little bit easier. Yeah.
Because we can recap like what happened during the course of the few months or whatever, and that's it.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys. Perry's gonna stay here for a little bit and take some questions if you got any and just chat with y'all. And I appreciate everybody for hanging.
Great show.
Jesus, Fred, Milfman, Jace was here, hockey fan,
WCW man, NWO man, they were all here tonight.
RWK, everybody was here, and it's always good seeing y'all. So I'm gonna head out, and appreciate you guys. Have a good one, Perry. I'm glad you're doing well.
Thanks.
And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Y'all be going.
Peace.
So there you go.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep him on if he was he's got to go to work early. So I don't. I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. So um, how does that guy own a company? He got money, so he can do whatever he wants. Let's talk about this clown here. Tony Clown, which is funny. We called him that months ago, and that's what CM Punk called him. We didn't even know. Tony fucking Clown over here. Does anybody have anything to say in the chat about this guy? Because I'll read it. Have a good night, Nick, says Fred. By the way, Real Bubble Ghost, he's Fred from California, not Fred from Game Complainers. It's his birthday tonight, or it's still his birthday because he's in California, so he's 3 hours behind. So can we get a happy birthday to Fred in the chat? MJF at WrestleMania? I don't think that's happening. But I think MJF will be at the Royal Rumble next year. Imagine Punk has to win the Rumble and MJF fucking is like number 20 or something. Holy shit. He is worse than Dixie because at least Dixie kept the locker room in check. This guy causes problems in the locker room. He told Meltzer face to face. Meltzer told him Punk's gonna blow up in the locker room. And he told fucking Meltzer, oh, that's good. I want people to think we have a Shawn and Brett dynamic here. Who the fuck says that? That's not professional. And that was before Brawl Out. The night before Brawl Out, by the way. Yeah, shout out to Fred. It's his birthday today. Oh, man. Oh, see, now Jesus left because we're talking about his boyfriend here. That's the hat Jesus gave him for fucking Christmas. Jesus, was that the hat you gave him before or after you guys fucking slept with each other? Oh, man. What the fuck type of boss says he couldn't manage a lemonade stand? And by the way, at that scrum, he agreed with CM Punk. He said, I work with fucking children, and he went, yep. That hat looks so damn goofy. That's his hair, man. That's not a hat. Tony Khan should hire Cryback. He probably will hire him. And then he'll hurt the fucking roster legit, and then Tony Khan will be fearing for his life again. The hat and the shades look like something Seth Rollins would wear. Oh, so you brought something up. He's ripping off Seth Rollins' gimmick. These shows were fun. You know why? Because AEW is just pissing me off every time I read about it because it's all bullshit. They can't get anything done right, and I really hope that they would. Because listen, WWE was really doing bad when AEW showed up, and AEW was really good. AEW is falling off a fucking cliff. I want them to get better, just like Xbox. A lot of people are fucking hating on me now because they think that I just hate on Xbox. It's like, no, man, I bought the fucking machine that you guys told me we're gonna run games good, and it doesn't. I'm pissed. Okay, I'm not gonna sit there and put. Oh well, you know what? The game runs at 30, but it looks like a masterpiece. Fuck that. I bought this console because you told me 4K 120. I can't even get 1080 60. Go fuck yourself. AEW, you brought my guys in, you fucked them over, and they all left. Fuck you. Okay, I'm tired of this stuff. As a consumer of the product, both these products over here, I bought AEW shirts and DVDs. I don't even want to fucking wear them now. So I put money into this stuff, okay? And I feel like they fucked me over. So I'm done. Go out and buy a PlayStation, buy a Switch, and buy a fucking PC. I always say just buy a fucking PC and be done with it. But if you want to play PlayStation, fine, because you know what? They're gonna put all the fucking Xbox games on anyway. But enough is enough. Like, I'm done. I'm done with being dicked around. Starfield, yeah, the game, we wanted it at 30, but it runs at 60 on PC. I built a PC to play Starfield, played it for a few minutes, the game fucking ran like shit. Now the game runs good, but I haven't gone back to it. But now the same as with Hellblade. I had to play it on PC to get 60 FPS. Why did I buy the Xbox? Literally, to stick this thing up my ass? I have these things all over the house like a fucking idiot. You told me it was the world's most powerful console. I can't even run the fucking games properly. I could have kept the Xbox One VCR and played Hellblade 2 on that thing. Like, come on, guys. Like, enough is enough of this bullshit. I'm tired of it. Stop making me promises where these things don't work right. You know what I mean? And again, it's not just Xbox. It's PlayStation 2. It's Nintendo Switch. It's AEW. It's all this bullshit. I'm tired of it. But, people need to understand you can't pretend like nothing's wrong. Like, shit's wrong. You got to call the companies out on this stuff. Because if you don't call the companies out on this, they will walk all over you. If everyone accepts that Hellblade is 30, guess what? Avowed's going to be 30. All these other fucking games are going to be 30. Halo is going to be... Gears of War 6 is going to be fucking 30, which, if they do that, man, I'm out. Like, I'm out. Like, that fucking thing is being smashed. But you can't do that stuff. The fans need to fucking get on the internet and be like, we're not taking this stuff. You told us this does 4K 120. We're not getting 1080 60 even out of it. What is going on over there? You complain that third-party developers didn't have the fucking tools to use the machine. You're not even using the damn tools. Right? It's bullshit. So, yes, these companies get me upset now. I'm getting older. I spend a lot of money on this stuff, and I'm upset. Now, if I didn't have an Xbox and I'm bitching about it, then I'm a fucking idiot for doing that. You need to own the product, and if they fuck you over, you got to call them out. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I bought a $500 machine to play fucking Xbox One games on. No way. That's not why I bought this thing. Sorry. World's most powerful console. Yeah, I know the owner. Yeah. That guy was I don't know if he's as bad as that guy, but I think Tony actually has a heart. Tony looks like Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka. He looked like I miss Rick Moranis Tony Khan. That Tony Khan had a good AEW show. I wish I could watch the Punk Scrum on here, but AEW would totally flag it. Remember AEW said they weren't going to do that shit, and then the exploding barbed wire match happened, and then they started flagging everybody's shit because it was so embarrassing. And again, another thing with the Xbox, I bought a bunch of my digital library on the Xbox, so I'm invested. And now you're telling me, yeah, we're not going to use the power of the box, even on our end. It's like, well, if you're not even going to, third party developers don't even want to make games for this shit. You guys don't want to use the power on your end. What's the point? You just fucked me over. So that's why I'm mad at Xbox. I'm not mad that their games go on a PlayStation. But when that shit happens, you're like, what's the point then? So if you guys like Xbox in the chat, that's fine. I like Xbox too, but I'm going to be critical of them. And again, it's not me like shitting on you guys in the chat or anything. This is just how I feel right now. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like it. And that's fine. I'm not going to tell you guys that, oh, you need to be on my side. I'm like, bro, it is what it is. It's my money. I feel like I got scammed. Not that big of a deal. If you guys feel like you got the best value in the world, great. At least somebody's enjoying that shit. But I want them to succeed because I do love the Xbox. Because we all know what happens. If they get out of the game, man, Sony's going to fucking sell you a $2,000 PlayStation 6 and sell you $200 games. We can't have that. Somebody's got to compete. And Nintendo ain't competing. They're doing their handheld shit. What are they doing? We need Xbox, but Xbox don't want us. It seems like they don't love us back over here. Hopefully they figure that out soon. What they're gonna do. Anyway, any questions for the clown? So here's the funny thing. Me and Fred from Game Complainers, Fred and Frank, we all made a deal that the day AEW goes out of business for 24 hours straight, we're going to spam Jesus on Messenger. Mr. Rogers putting the clown mask on. And after 24 hours of getting spammed with that, we will stop making fun of him for that. And he will be okay. And Fred, Bobo Ghost, if you want to join in on that, great. Jesus better not be on the internet that day. Because he's going to get that Mr. Rogers clown mask thing all fucking day long. So. And it's going to get worse because Fred's on California time. So Jesus is going to get it 3 hours extra over there. If Fred joins in. Jeez. Any questions? I'll give you guys like 5 more minutes. I'm starting to get tired. So tomorrow I have to go to work. I probably have to get up early too and go over there before anybody gets on Main Street. So I can find a damn parking space. I have a PlayStation 3 that it won't read certain discs. It'll load certain PS3 games, but it won't load certain PS3 games. So I don't know what's going on with that thing. Somebody bought it from us in February, and it was working, and then he updated it, and now it doesn't want to work properly. So I don't know what the hell happened. But he's like, "Oh, can I get a refund?" It's like, dude, you bought this thing fucking 2 months ago. So I had to see what I can do. I'll probably give him store credit if I can't fix it. I can't refund him cash. I mean, that was a long time ago. Let's see what happens. Let's see what he says. Anyway. Any questions? It's 1:08 in the morning over here. It's only 10:08 where you are, Fred, right? You lucky man. Let's check the internet. Let's see what's going on here. The Xbox Spring Sale is now live. Well, guess what? I ain't buying shit. Whoa. Oh man. What are you saying in the chat? I have to watch the beginning of the show since I missed it. Has Tony Khan responded to? He responded on Dynamite through Edge last night on AEW Dynamite. He had Edge come out and say, "I'm tired of all the negativity out there. I love working for AEW. Everyone loves working for AEW." It's like, dude, what are you doing? Just let it go. The guy was asked the question. It's not like Punk went on the interview and said, "I want to talk shit about AEW." He went on the MMA Hour. Ariel Helwani asked him about AEW. He answered, and that was it. Well, these guys in AEW are acting like he did a shoot interview on the fucking company. It's like, no, he talked about what happened with him and why he left. And his opinion of the company. That's all it was. It wasn't even negativity. And these guys like Sammy Guevara started tweeting last night, "Oh, I'm with AEW," and it's like, guys, what the fuck are you doing? Bunch of fucking pussies over there, man. Holy shit. These guys, I don't even know how they're wrestlers. How do you guys get in a business where you're beating each other up all the time if you're fucking sensitive? Says the guy that gave the Hardy Boys concussions. It's like, bro, you should go be you should go apologize to Matt and Jeff instead of fucking arguing with CM Punk on the internet. Give your little rah-rah speeches. When the company's dead, you're gonna look like a fucking idiot. Then you're gonna go back and regret that. Well, Milkman, it's nice to see you again. I know you've been away for a little bit. Glad to have you back. I still got pain over here, but I'm take Tylenol for that. I'm like 95% better. I'm not like 100% better, but at least I don't have the all the crap that was on my face. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, no problem, man. Working on Shrek vs. Woody from Toy Story, right? Nice. Dude, that was funny. Fucking the Hulk at the end. It was funny how you had Shrek fucking tell Fiona as fat bastard, like his titties were bigger than hers. That's funny. Because I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? And I'm thinking, oh yeah, he said that in Austin Powers. So Fred took Michael Myers quotes from other movies and put them in like Shrek. So that was fucking funny. You had that video, Fred. You could post that video in here. So when I go, people can watch it. Let me see. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Real Bobo Ghost. Right here. I got it. Yeah, when I leave, watch this. It's fucking funny. It's Fred's video. Subscribe to his channel, by the way. I mean, he's got like 40,000 subscribers. This guy eclipsed me, and I've been on YouTube longer than him. But he does a lot. Let me tell you something. The work that he puts in for these animations is crazy. So he deserves all the subscribers for sure. And I want you guys to subscribe to him. But yeah, check him out. Fred's been with me since '06. You know, one day I'm at work and Fred just fucking walks in. He's from California. He just walks in. And he's like, he says my name. He goes, and he says my name, and I'm like, I know this guy. Who the fuck is he though? And he goes, hey, it's me, Bobo Ghost. I was like, what are you doing here? Like, you live in California. Fred, he came to New York for vacation, and he came up to the shop. He came up one day, but I was out. I was sick that day. But he came back again, and I was there. And I was like, holy shit, this guy came all the way from California? Crazy. But it was fun. It was fun meeting you, Fred. It was like I already fucking knew you anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. I'll definitely check out the video. Yeah, watch that video. It's funny. The Austin Powers quotes, that Shrek was fucking hilarious. I had to think, man. I was like, wait, where's that from? I was like, oh yeah, Austin Powers. Dude, Austin Powers was funny when it came out. Now it's just like it's one of the stupidest movies. It's like, why did we even like this shit? It was so dumb. Almost done ripping. I have 100 more CDs after this batch. This guy JB Zombie could rip this weekend. He could rip all these games on his machine. Jesus. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? I'm looking at the Polymega screen. I'm waiting for this disc to load so I can copy it. There we go. Street Fighter Alpha 2. There's PlayStation 1. Thank you, brother. I definitely checked the video. All right, I'm going to run. I want to thank you all for watching the Cheap Pop podcast. It was great. Nick did a great job, as usual. The show was fun tonight. Shout out to the chat room. Check out Jesus' channel, Rock Solid Wrestling Talk Podcast, on M3 TV on YouTube. I know we made fun of him or whatever, but hey, that's what we got to do. We're going to make fun of the shows here. Hockey fan, take care, buddy. Hockey fan's also been with me since 06. Since I started on here. So, I mean, these guys are... Jesus, he's same thing. Since we started. Realist Legend Killer was with us since we started. He goes back to the old AOX days, this guy. Jace. Jace has been with us. I met Jace at All Out. Or All In. What the fuck was it in Chicago? All In? It was All Out. The first All Out where Jericho beat Hangman for the belt. I was at that show. Me, Frank, and Jeff were at that show, and Jace was at that show. Jace actually took Nick's ticket. Nick was going to come with us, and he didn't come. So I surprised Jace. So it was like, yeah, you can stay with us, whatever. And when we go to the arena, you can't stay in the room. And then we were about to leave. He goes, all right, guys, have a great show. I was like, you got tickets right there. What? Jesus' podcast is Rock Solid Wrestling Talk Podcast. It's on M3. Let me get you the link. Hang on. See, we made fun of him and he left, but we love him. We love the guys there. They're great guys. They hung out with us at the shop. We're on one of their episodes. We actually did a Cheap Pop meets Rock Solid. Here's a link to their show. I'll be honest with you, Milkman. That place in Chicago was a fucking dump. Nothing. Everything closed. Like when we got out of the building at 11, everything was closed. Walmart was closed. Food places were closed. Restaurants were closed. Everything was closed. We had to go to fucking McDonald's, which we couldn't even find. It was like in an alley. It was horrible. Then the internet in the hotel, they only had Wi-Fi, no wired internet, nothing. The internet wasn't even fucking like functional because there were so many people using it. It was bad. I mean, we had a good time, like wrestling wise, but like life wise, it was fucking horrible. We left a day early. We were gonna stay. Oh God, was it Labor Day or whatever day? The room was not decent. It was very fucking small. I didn't realize how small it was. And when you opened the blinds, you saw the court. You saw like the. I would say the courtyard, but there was no courtyard. It looked like a fucking prison. Like you opened the blinds and you saw the other side of the brick of the hotel. Like it looked like we were in prison. It was fucking horrible. I was like, I'm never going. And it was called Schlongberg or Schonberg, but we call it Schlongberg. Like that's how bad it was. No, the arena sucked because they had the fucking lights right in our eyes for like the first hour. And then some guy and his girlfriend who was sitting in the front got tired of having the blue light in their fucking eyes, so they wouldn't complain. And that fixed the light. Besides that, the show was okay. We thought Punk was going to come out at the end and fuck up Jericho. And he didn't. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I got really mad. I was like, this guy doesn't care about coming to wrestling anymore. Because he was in the hotel that we were at, CM Punk. He was doing an interview with PW Insider. And they're like, what are you doing after the show? When he goes, I'm going home. And everyone's like, no, you're not. You're going to be at the pay-per-view. And he wasn't there. So I got really mad when we left that show because I was like, this guy didn't show up. And Jericho lost the belt that night. That's where he fucking put it on top of the limo. He claims he put it on top of the limo and it drove off. The fucking guy was so drunk he lost it. Bro, I need to lose a $20,000 belt the night that you fucking win it. You had it for like less than an hour and you lost it. Anyway, that's the downfall of Jericho. Was that night? It was the beginning of the end. All right, I'm out of here. Everyone, take care. Stay safe. Have a good one. AEW is just pushing Hook. I don't know, man. I think Hook is a good guy, but I think he needs a little more experience, right? I would say as far as like main eventing and shit like that. I think he'll be okay. We'll see what happens. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I don't. Depending on how I feel, I don't know if we're going to do the Family Feud thing. Maybe Saturday. I don't know. Or we can't do it Saturday because it's WrestleMania. All right, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night. I'll have my wife stream the Family Feud stuff. Maybe I'll be in the room for it. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. But everyone, take care. Stay safe. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys later. Great show tonight. Nick was awesome as usual. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.